to get it together. YouTube. How are you guys? Thank you so much for being here. We are talking all things going live on these YouTube streets and actually on the TikTok streets too. So I appreciate everybody joining. We're going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes. I posted some content, so I'm really happy that I got some stuff out there for you all. So let me know if you've had a chance to see it. I appreciate you all being here. Let me know if there's any questions, friends. So we're going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes. This is my Go Live with Ease and Confidence. And we always want to make sure we are supporting and doing what we need to grow. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I am setting up my other screen. Get my other screen set up. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all coming through. And then, always say hello, 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 hello. How are you guys doing? Appreciate you joining. Let me know if there's any questions. This is my 10 o'clock. We talk all things going live here. So I'm going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes about, and so let me know if there are any questions in the meantime. So I just want to make sure I'm answering questions as well in the meantime. So we will start talking shortly and make sure that I am supporting. Apologize. Let's see. And actually looking at some stuff real quick on my screen. I want to make sure I understand some stuff before I go too far in. Thank you all for coming in. If you are new, come on in. Let me know where you're at and what's going on in your world. We'll talk through all things going live in a little bit, friends. Let's see. And I have to go back and read that. There might be some light reading tonight. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to get started in just a little bit. Today's conversation, we'll probably talk a little bit more about planning for the future. We're going to talk a little bit about growth. I think that's going to be the theme for today. We'll talk a little bit about, I think the digital marketing conversation has kind of been one of those things where people like to hear a little bit more about digital marketing. So we may go there in terms of how we are supporting each other and making that a big part of the conversation for today. I don't want to take it too far in the wrong direction if that's not what people are looking for. So I usually make it so that we are all I want to make sure we are focused on growth. How you doing, friends? Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Let me make sure I put on my do not disturb because that has been coming on and disturbing my volume. So I know that is a thing. It's been something that I've had to contend with. And so I want to make sure I'm not having anything that disrupts us from going live. Hello, friends. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here. Let me know if there are questions. Let me know if there's any questions, friends. So we're going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes. You guys know I co-stream on TikTok. So I'm going to go over there in just a minute. I'm assuming you guys are subscribers. So if you're here, then you're a subscriber. So if you are a subscriber, go ahead and click that thumbs up to like the live if you haven't done so already, to support the live stream. Put a comment in, say good morning, happy Saturday. And then if you haven't subscribed, click that subscriber bell, the button, and then the bell to know when I go live and I post content. I posted a lot of content yesterday from my live streams. The live stream I did actually yesterday, I did not post. And let me say that those are not there. They did not get posted on purpose because I want to make sure I got consent. Just okay, well, I want to be okay with it before I post it and put it out there for folks. So if you missed yesterday's conversation, you missed a good one. It was a really good conversation. We talked about going live, but we also talked about our purpose, not living in fear, making sure we understand our faith walk. And it was just a great conversation just to keep people grounded as you think about your next moves. Um, and then ultimately, people learned, and we talked about a particular friend that had a career transition. And with that transition comes additional change, but it's all positive. And so it's a positive experience. So, long story short, I want you guys to come in. You'll see some of my content in there. I didn't post those videos yet, but the other ones have been posted. So make sure as you come in, you like the live, that you also say good morning. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, hey, Idea Barista, hey friend. If you have not subscribed to the channel, click that subscriber button and then the bell to get notification of when I go live and I post content. Idea Barista is my moderator, so if you have questions about YouTube and optimizing your profile, she's a great person to talk to. She's had a couple channels. She can tell you a little bit more about the process. When it comes to this live stream, we talk all things live, so keep it professional. And then I say you have to be 18 years and older if you're going to engage on this channel, because we're talking about live streaming, and then those are the rules for TikTok and YouTube, that you have to be 18. So if you are new, go ahead and put new in the chat. And in 2026, I'm going to start doing more exclusive YouTube lives. Okay. So I co-stream here, but I'm going to try to produce more exclusive lives. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, we'll see. But it'll be about how you can take this space, this platform, and grow and build. You have a unique opportunity with YouTube because content's evergreen. So as you produce content, people are going to come across your content based on what they're searching. So we'll talk about making sure you're thinking about your search engine optimization, SEO words, those keywords, the title, your description, all the things that's going to attract your audience, your target audience. So we'll talk about that, but I'm going to do more exclusive content for YouTube. I'm going to try to be a little bit more intentional, focused on building out my YouTube channel, as well as having content that I can use that is not, um, you know, laced with so much TikTok language. Okay, so I'm going to try my best to make that transition. That's my goal for 2026 on this channel, and be a little bit more intentional about my presence here and the content I'm producing here too. So that's the goal. The point of this channel is to help you with live streaming, help you broadly with branding yourself, help you broadly with understanding this digital marketing space, specifically live streaming as a way to connect and market yourself and brand yourself to your target audience. So we'll talk about that because I want you guys to be very intentional about how you do it. And I will say, if nothing else, it takes consistency. And I know that's a hard thing when it's like life is life and the things you have to do, and family is the focal point, and your work and other obligations. But if you want to build, you got to show up. If you want to see yourself grow, you got to be present. Okay? Doesn't happen overnight. And that's kind of what the conversation yesterday was really steeped in. Like, how do you create something for yourself, but how do you do it without fear? And how do you make sure you're paying attention to all the different signs that the universe is giving you and telling you to be, making the change that you need to make. So we'll talk about that next year. There's a lot that will happen, so I'm excited about all to come. And like I said, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and click that subscriber button, click that like button, and then the subscriber button as well, so that you can get more content like this. All right, friends, we are going to go live on TikTok. We're going to see what this conversation looks like on TikTok, because your girl, I have to go to a session at 4. I mean, at 5 that I want to go to that's online. So I want to go to a session online, and I want to be very focused on that. You got a master class in astrology and numerology, huh? I did. Actually, I did my astro hyphen seek. I did it last night, and I was looking through it. I need to look through it because it's a lot of information. When I say a lot, it's a lot of information. I was like, oh my God, what do I start? What do I do with this? Um, so it's a lot of information. I still got to figure out if I'm looking at it the correct way. But I was looking at one of the natal charts that was there, and it has different segments to it. So I was just kind of scrolling through each segment, and it resonated. You said you can't find, oh, you can't find your birth certificate. I had to order mine. I had to order mine because the one I had, this is how I learned this about Illinois. I didn't know this, or Illinois back in the 70s. The one I had was not the long form. The one I had, the version I had, did not have my date, my time of birth on it. And so what I realized is, I don't know if I did a Google search, I don't know what I did to find this out, but there's a short form and a long form. And the long form has all the details. The long form, I guess, is the official certificate, where they'll give you the short kind of version. But I had to request the long form. The whole conversation about birth chart and astrology and stuff, it's always been in my orbit. So it's not something that I'm new to. I just haven't done as deeper dive based on the conversation we had yesterday. I just hadn't done as deeper dive into it. So it's been in my orbit, and I've known about it. I knew I needed certain information to make sure I can get like an accurate reading. And then, so I ordered it probably 3 years ago. Might have been during COVID, to be honest with you. You know, you have all the time in the world doing COVID. Um, and so it might be anywhere between 3 to 5 years ago. And I've had it for a minute. And so I used it last night for it, right? So I used it last night, and you do need your time, your time and the location in terms of city that you were born in. And so I would request it. It couldn't hurt to have a copy of it anyway. If you can't find it, I would just go ahead and, make the time to order it and get an official copy of it, and make sure it's like the official long form version of it. I think on Illinois' website, it was like a pretty easy process to request. I can't remember all the details, but for Illinois, it was pretty easy. Fairly simple. You pay some money, you go online, you submit a couple things, and then voila, it comes in the mail. So that was pretty much the process. um, but yeah, so I would say take a look at it. Were you born in New York? Is that your home state? Last time they made me go all the way to Long Island. Did they really? Yikes. Yikes. So you might have to go. I didn't have to go in person. For me, it was an online process. Obviously, I live in Florida, so I never went to Illinois to get it. So it was an online process. I don't remember the details though. I don't remember it being something that was too many hurdles to jump through, too many hoops. So I don't remember that. But so yeah, I was able to get it, but it could have been that it was COVID, and it was like, well, we can't have people coming out of space anyway. That's good. So it could have been just that. It was like, oh, okay. Well, here, we'll send it to you. So, but with that, yeah, definitely request it and like get in front of it. It's like I said, it's an interesting way to think about who you are, and your journey in life. Yeah. Thank you, friends. Thank you all who are here. Appreciate you joining. If you haven't given a thumbs up to the live, go ahead and do that. I did my do not disturb. You know what? When I take that off, it's like 5 calls that I've missed, or text messages. I'm like, oh my gosh, people. It's a lot going on. So yeah, it's all of that, and yeah, so I need to do it though, because it knocks out the sound. I don't know why it does that to me. It was interesting. I know you had stepped away for a second, or you were multitasking, and I was like, "Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?" FLI, they don't know your schedule. I know, I know. Well, these are like now. These are like those spam calls. So they're robocalls. They're not real, legit calls. But I was like, "Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?" And then finally somebody chimed in. It was a new name. It's like, I was just scrolling through, and I didn't see, you have no audio. I was like, been here this whole time. I was like, really? You just been scrolling through. You've been here watching, ain't saying nothing this whole time. So if you're that person who helped last time, let me know. Say hi again. Might as well say hello. Because you said hello yesterday. So might as well do it again today. But no, that's the crazy thing about YouTube. YouTube do better. People can just communicate and share who they are. They need to just make it transparent. I mean, in my opinion, why have all the smoke and mirrors and you don't know who's behind the screen? To me, that's not engagement. So I think YouTube should do a whole lot better with their interface for live streaming. But who am I? All right, we're gonna go on TikTok. We're gonna get going in a second. We're gonna get to talking and chatting over there. Um, y'all, I gotta go Christmas shopping. I gotta. I was thinking about turning on my shopping cart. I was like, I'm not gonna do it, but I gotta go Christmas shopping for real, because it's getting. We're almost 2 weeks away, and I have not done any shopping. So I did a little bit of shopping for my little guy. He the only one I really got to shop for, but I didn't do nearly as much for him. So I definitely need to go shopping. I'm going live, y'all. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Appreciate you joining. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. If you are new to my live stream, come on in. We're going to get to talking and chatting about all things going live. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to talk to people who are nervous, afraid, shy of going live. This is your time to go live. And let me know if you have any questions about the process. So we're going to talk about the live stream process. We're going to talk about the agency. We're going to talk about branding. We're going to talk about monetization, making money online. So come on in. Let me know if you have questions about this process. In the meantime, I am setting on my screen. I'm going to start sharing out my live so I can let people know I'm here. And then we are going to get to talking. Thank you all who are coming in. I'm sharing out my live now. Let me know if you have questions. I appreciate you all. Hey, Steph, how you doing? Let me know if you have questions. I appreciate everybody who's coming in. We'll get to talking a little bit more. Hey, thank you for grabbing that daily heart me. We'll get to talking more and sharing out. But let me know if there's any questions in the meantime, especially if you're new to going live. Steph, how's everything going with your live stream? Now, are you on what I call a consistent schedule? Are you doing something? Give me 1 second, friends. I can't see who's in the room. Daily Hermit, I'm sharing on my live now. Give me 1 second. So yeah, Steph, are you on a consistent schedule? You laughing at me? And give me 1 second. Let's see. Hello. Thank you for that go live. Antonio, how you doing, friend? Thank you for all the support. Look at there. Appreciate the support. Holla Q. How are you, friend? Thank you for sharing out the live. Thank you for the stickers. How you all doing? Born to hustle, born to win, luxury streetwear for real ones. Streetwear for those who live the grind. I love that. And then your website. Thank you all for being here. Know this week I went every day to see what it felt like. I think I'll do 3 times a week. Okay, awesome. Well, what's your goal? Hey, Holla Q, back in Cali. I know that's right, friend. Home, sweet home. I know it's good to be home again. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, it is good to be back home. Some sugar. How you doing, friend? Come on in. Thank you so much, Antonio. Let me know what your live stream journey is like as well. Hello, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, friends. You guys missed a really good 4 p.m. live too. Y'all, I stayed on to almost 8 o'clock. I'm happy to be back. It's cold in those New England streets. It is. It was just a cold week. This is a star. How are you, friend? Thank you for joining. It was cold all week though. It really was. Just even in Florida, we caught some of that nippy, coolish weather. My son, I've been walking him to school. Literally the past 2 weeks, I haven't been able to walk him because the mornings have been 45, 50s, that type of. I was like, okay, we're just gonna drive, spreading awareness, build my community, and sell my digital products. Okay, and so you went live every day to get a sense of how it felt. Well, here's what I will tell you. Not You decide again what your um, availability would be. If there is an opportunity for you to carve out a daily schedule for it, I would encourage you to do so you can get the algorithm used to knowing you and getting accustomed to your message and build your community. So if there's an opportunity to do that, then I would say do that. Consistency, daily consistency is better than 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You really want to have to build that community, you got to have a presence. So I would tell you to do that first, if your schedule permits. But if it doesn't permit for you to continue with a schedule that allows for you to do daily, 3 times is probably the minimal. That's probably the bare minimum I would tell you to do. I would probably tell you to do more like 4 to 5. Hello, friends coming in. If you are new to my room, say new in the chat. We'll get to talking. I talk about all things live streaming. We had a great conversation at 4. The conversation actually went in a different direction. I will say this, it wasn't my norm, and it was needed. Okay. New, I haven't gone live yet, but I keep getting prompts to, okay, well, once upon a table, okay, what you talking about? South Carolina nonprofit social enterprise that turns event rentals into community aid. I love that. Hey, MJ, how you doing? How you doing, More? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you coming in, getting that daily heart me. And guess what, y'all? TikTok is probably going to give me the heart me. TikTok, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, TikTok. I don't have time for the foolishness. I do not have time for that on this Saturday morning. Go ahead and give me roses. Give me roses, okay? For the flash goal, that's what I'm talking about. I do want to do affirmation pop-ups. Those will be throughout the day, every day, if I can. Okay, thank you. Antonio, you didn't have to give me a rose now, but I appreciate it. That was sweet. No, TikTok, that whole flash goal is ridiculous, first of all. Thank you for the glasses. Oh, 200 minutes, Steph. Look at you. So, Steph, the affirmation pop-ups are great. That's a great strategy, friend. And I think you do it where you're doing it as your live stream, which is also good. I would keep that strategy. The voice chat is good-ish. It does not push you out as much. And so your whole goal is to grow. And so you want to be able to be visible and seen as someone who is trying to grow their community. So that's what I would tell you to do. Keep the voice chats, or keep the affirmations the way you currently do them. You are just so lovely. Thank you for that. Okay, yes, community. Yeah. So I mean, that's what we're all trying to do. That's the goal. The goal is for us to all grow. And if we're trying to grow, then we have to have a presence. And then with that presence, you have to have consistency. You got to come up with a consistent schedule. So your pop-ups for the affirmation chats, I would see if you can regulate that a little bit so you have a consistent schedule and people know that you're going to be that person that they can come on while they're doing their hair, makeup, or whatever, and you're pouring into them because you're sending out affirmations and they love your message and how you do it. They'll show up and keep showing up because you become part of their routine. And so I would say that is probably better if you could do it that way as opposed to being, at different times and stuff. That creates a little bit of confusion, and people will easily say, I was on a meeting with somebody, and she said, I used to watch this creator all the time at this point in time, but I don't know what happened to her. She quit showing up, so I don't watch anybody anymore. Excuse me. Thank you. Know where that sneeze came from. Thank you. So she said that, and I was like, interesting. And later in the conversation, we talked about consistency, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna do pop-ups and stuff. I said, you remember when you said that about that creator that you don't see anymore? I mean, that's how it's gonna be for your viewers. they're going to see you every now and then because they're on the app at a certain time and they expect to see you at that time. So when you're popping up all over the place, they end up missing you and they don't see you anymore. And so that's a real thing. So you got to pay attention to how you're building community. So, hey, Black Lotus, thank you so much. Yes, yes, makes sense. Yep. And so, once upon a table, thank you for the daily heart me and connecting with me. What I teach is it. So let me say this: people who I talk about strategy, obviously, when it comes to live streaming. We talked quite a bit yesterday about fear. So we have a lot of people who are afraid to go live, who are, you know, overthinking, overthinking this whole platform, overthinking the live streaming process. Thank you so much for that daily heartbeat, Black Lotus. Overthinking the whole process, and you're like, oh, I want to go live, but I don't like my voice because I said that about myself. I don't like my voice. I want to go live, but all I'm gonna do is talk to myself. I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to y'all. But I tell people the way I see this relationship here is that I see myself on the screen. I see my best friend, the person I love the most in the world. Ain't nobody else I love more than the person I'm looking at. And so just recognizing that that's what this is about. And obviously if you're authentic and you're talking to yourself and you're building that connection, then yeah, you can talk to anybody. You can share anything. Coach Evie, how you doing, friend? Um, and so just recognize that that's what this is all about. It's not about you being afraid. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Adrian, you're part of the talent league for TikTok Live Fest. That's awesome. So I'm assuming it's because of your voice chats and you're playing music. You're playing the gospel music. I'm curious. Well, I'm curious because you're playing music that's streaming through. I'm assuming through your side. Yes, heck yes, ma'am. How are you? Yes, that's awesome. So are you still doing it? You said right. Okay, perfect. That's awesome. There was like a handful of you all who made the talent league. And I was like, what did you do? And what I'm hearing, the consistency is that the voice chat and many of you are playing gospel. Yes, ma'am, I love it. Yeah. Many of you are playing the gospel music. And that gospel music, I guess, is unique to TikTok. And TikTok had you guys sign up as music lovers and you're in the talent league. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So congratulations on that. Hopefully you league up. I would love to have some people make it through the talent league. That would be awesome. And make it to round two, that is, and maybe even a grand finale. Who knows? So keep me posted on how it's going for you. I probably need to. We'll share it out with the community so people know about it. Look at God. Said, look at God. How you doing, Disaster Drama Queen? Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna league up. Let's do it. I heard that, friend. Janine, how you doing? Coming on in. I appreciate you as well coming into the room. So I was sharing yesterday. So if you're my friends who are newer to the live, you're just joining. There are people who join in from the agency, and you hear me chatting with them. And so good morning. And then those who are not going live, go ahead and put in the chat and tell me what's the holdup. What's the holdup? Is it learning, just learning the platform? And if it's learning a platform, it's a learning curve. Don't get me wrong. All of us we're in a constant state of learning. just to let you know. So you'll learn the basics and then you'll learn some new features and some other things that you can integrate into your live stream. Not that you need to do, but some things you do need. You said scared. Scared. It's like, Doc, it ain't the features. It's me. It's me. It's me. I love that. So, anybody else scared? Is that it? Scared? Let me know if that's it. Hello. Katia, thank you for sharing that. Katia, you're on live though. You did the shoppable. Yeah, it's nothing big. I tell you guys, practice makes progress. And so if you feel like that, I don't know, for me, I've been doing this since January. And so is the fear of nobody coming in or the wrong people coming in or somebody seeing you. You don't want to see you, like family, friends, coworkers seeing you. You don't want them to see you. Them coming into your live stream. Is it fear that you don't know what you're going to say? Is it fear that you're like, I may not sound great and coherent, you say yes to all of that. Let me know which one it is. And so at the end of the day, I will tell you, as you do it, it becomes easier. Known people. Okay. Okay, so your fear of people who know you. Not, or you're saying no people. So known people, that's the way I'm interpreting that. People who know you and will see you. Now let me say this, because we all control our feed. Let's be honest with you. Now, you have over 10K followers, so that might be a lot of people to block. So might be a lot of people to block. Tell them to stop twerking for them. Oh, tweaking, twerking for them coworkers. I know the coworkers don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Those people are of what do you call it? Non-consequential. I don't care about them to that extent. But I will say, because you have a lot of followers, you might have to you could block people. That would be the easy answer to say. Oh, you said empty room. Oh, well, that comes with time. And let me say this. Hey, favorite, how you doing, favorite? How you doing? Hopefully you had a good evening and yesterday's talk went well for you, friend. Um, an empty room can get solved. Oh, TikTok gave me fest pops. Look at you, TikTok. You're nice. As the flash go, y'all. I said I don't want the daily heart me. Y'all came in and gave the daily heart me. Thank you so much, Dr. Nicole. Thank you for the daily heart me, because I didn't get it for the flash go. Appreciate you. Yes, I appreciated yesterday too, friend. I really did. It was so needed. It was. I was sharing that. Thank you all who are supporting the Flash Goal. It's one Fest Pop per person. I appreciate the support. We got 4 more to get. So if you want to share a Fest Pop, I appreciate that. That is part of the Flash Goal. Thank you for that, friends. It was so needed. And okay, let me go back to empty room real quick, and I'm gonna debrief yesterday. Filling the room, feel like I feel my life one person at a time. Woo! That's a good one. That's a good one. And really it is that. So quick tip. You said any mama's willing to follow. How you doing, Emma? um, so what I will say is that you want to make sure that first of all you're showing up, you know your message. You're training the algorithm, you're posting content that's going to be based on your message. So you're building a community, both from your content and from your live stream. You want to share out your live. Hello, thank you, Nika Grace. Hello, happy Saturday, friend. Good morning. You want to share out your live. You want to post your live, schedule a live event, post it in your story, add a note. You have over 10K followers, Kata. So it's no reason, I shouldn't say it's no reason, but it is literally an opportunity for you. So you can have some of those people come to your live stream and sit and chat with you. So I would start building that relationship with some of them. You could actually curate it too, where you have family, a good friend, somebody else come and sit with you. So that's another way to do it. You really could have that person come in your room and you're chatting away and you're having a conversation with them. Maybe not put people in the boxes too soon, because sometimes it seems a little exclusive, like that conversation is just for you and them and it's kind of personal. But if you can have them in your chat, you're answering questions, talking to them, and they're helping you to showcase or share out what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're asking questions that will get you to talk and share more information that can help you too. And so it gets a lot easier over time, but don't feel as if you can't have some people in your room that are your champions and helping you along the way. So that's what I would say. Sometimes you can curate that, but you really do have to treat it like a business, and you got to schedule your live event, post about it, talk about it in your live, in your posted content. I'll be live at this time, or join me live daily, or join me live. My schedule's in my bio. You're saying those things because people will look at your content. Yes, the flash goal. One more fest pop. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Fest pop is the flash goal. So if you're just coming in, if you can send one more fest pop, and we'll finish the flash goal. But yeah, so if you can have family members. Thank you, Adrian. I think you sent one already. You're so sweet. It's like, let me send this girl a fest pop. Thank you for that. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that, Mar. Thank you for that. Appreciate the support. All right, so we got it done. Thank you, you all. TikTok did not give me the heart me, so that was awesome. So I appreciate the fest pops. But yeah, so when it comes to building that community and going live, honestly, let me take this in another direction. In the beginning, in the very beginning, you should welcome that you don't have a full house room. Your room is not packed. Thank you so much for the live fest. You should welcome and embrace that because that's where you get to build out your live stream. That's where you get to practice. Those times when there's only a few people in the room, you're learning the features. You're learning how you'll say your message. You'll get a chance to talk to your audience and build up your communication, but also make sure you're addressing the problems that your audience may have. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate that. So don't feel like you got to have a packed house room. That honestly should not be your goal in the beginning. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because if you had a packed house room from day one, are you going to be able to keep all those people in your room? Look at you, Leanne, level 24. Congratulations, friend. Climbing on up. I see you, friend. Thank you for that. You said, I'm doing it. Let's see. Let's see, will it do it? Okay, perfect. That's gonna be in my puff, your cupcake. But yeah, so that's where you want to make sure you're able to practice. And when I say practice makes progress, you're not looking for perfection. Don't think about this from a perfectionist mindset. I've learned throughout my years that if you go into things, go into something trying to be perfect about it, you're not gonna be perfect. I'm just gonna say that. You'll have some better days than others, but for the most part, we're all learning and growing here. I would be shaking like a stripper if my room was big right now. It's funny. You said, Kanika, you said the same, huh? That's the thing about it. We want the rooms that have 200, 300, 400, 500 people in the room. And then when it happens, you're like, wait a minute. What do I do with this? And so just know it's a process. And those times when the room is not rooming, it is okay. The times when they're rooming, you'll figure it out as you get there because that's the whole thing. You got to manage that chat. You got to manage your message. You got to make sure people understand, what you're trying to share with them. So all of that matters. So you want to make sure you understand when a room is rooming as well as when it's not. I had 15 people the other day and it was like, who all these people? I love it. 15 people's good, Nika. Look at you. I love that. And so hardly anybody in my room right now and I'll and I'm using it to build my confidence. That's it. That's it. That's exactly it. That's the way that you want to approach this in the beginning. And when those people come, believe me, you all will be ready. You said go, Nika. You all will be ready. So just think of it like that. It is a process. People are going to come and go. They're constantly in and out your room. There's people watching right now. How you doing? Moments with Marta. Thank you so much for friend Marita. Said it, Marita. So thank you so much for joining. But as you're building your community, people will come and sit and stay. Again, I was talking with Steph earlier. There is this notion that people feel like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do some pop-ups and I'll show up on occasion. I would tell you if you can show up on a consistent schedule as much as possible, I think that's how you build community because people get used to you. They expect for you to be there. They're getting used to your schedule just as you're getting used to your schedule. And so you want to make sure that you're able to support people. And I gave the example of I met with somebody and she said, yeah, I used to go to this lady all the time. We were just casually talking about her journey on TikTok. And I used to go see this lady all the time, but she stopped showing up. And then later in the conversation, she's like, yeah, for my schedule, I'm going to do some pop-ups. I'm going to figure out what's the right schedule. But I said, you just told me you stopped going to someone's room because they stopped showing up. So if you do pop-ups, people are going to think that you're not showing up at a regular schedule either. And so they're not going to be able to pop up around with you. That's not how this works. So you want to have a schedule. as much as possible so that you can build that community and create a consistency for yourself, but also for your viewers, especially your loyal viewers, your fan club members. You know what I'm saying? You said that part. Exactly. And there are people, hey, Coach Chantel, thank you for that daily heart meeting. There are people who want to come to the live because of you. You will, that fan club is a true concept. I'm not happy that they changed it to fan club versus team, because it used to be the Noma culture, was team. We were all a team, and I like that. Now we're fans, and I'm like, but at the end of the day, there's something to be said about how are you building this loyal following, people who are showing up for you, and then obviously you're gonna support them and show up for them. Hey CC, hey, how you doing, Vita? Thank you both for being here. I see you both coming into the room. So you're gonna build that. That happens, but it happens based on your presence, based on what you're doing in your life, how your live stream looks, how you are showing up and being consistent for your community. Congratulations, both of you, on leveling up to 6, 5, and 6, 6, and 5. Appreciate you both being here. And so as you show up, your community will start showing up. As you say the words that are relevant to your live stream, your community will start showing up. And they're looking for that content. They're searching for that content. They may have come to your content. Okay? So keep that in mind. So let me shift a little bit. Yesterday we talked about, thank you, Coach Chantel. We talked a lot. Oh my gosh. I stayed on from 4 o'clock. It was after 8, I think. I think it was after 8 o'clock, y'all. I got off. I stayed for 4 hours. Well, it was like a little under 4 hours, but my goodness. But it was so good. I don't know who was in the room. Who was in the room yesterday? Favorite, you were in the room a lot for it. She came on the panels. And it's STEM. Thank you so much. Those are cute. The Jolly Christmas. Thank you. Yes, yes. Leanne, you was here as well for much of it. It was a long live stream, but I think what my main takeaway was, and guys, put in the chat if you had any main takeaways as well for those who came to it. My main takeaway was that, as we are navigating life, I think it's important for you to take note of things that hold you hostage when it comes to not taking risk and being afraid. Okay? I think that was probably my biggest takeaway. Like, how do we, pretty much walk by faith, not by fear? Okay? Because fear will oftentimes stop you from having these moments that really can catapult you to the next level. But we're afraid. We don't want to move forward. We're thinking something's bad on the other side. And we, obviously we haven't taken that true assessment. Fear will hold you back. It will. It will. It absolutely will. Now, I get it, in terms of being a little bit more calculated in terms of how we do things, but don't do it just because we're afraid of the unknown. Things and sometimes people who hold us hostage and prevent us from taking risks. That's true. That is true. That was part of the message too, wasn't it, Dr. Nicole? He's like, that's what I took away. Things and people. Yes. No, seriously though. There are things in our life. There's fear can really hold us back. It can. It can. And really from that conversation, there's things that we have kind of created in our mind, or some narrative has told us we can't do it or we shouldn't do it. He said that's facts, yeah. And so that conversation yesterday, obviously we went multiple directions in that conversation, because ultimately we had people on the panel that was sharing their experience with numerology, astrology, human design, just recognizing that there are some things that are out there from um, I don't know, a way of understanding who we are and where we're at in life that we can use. Thank you. Those tools that we can use to kind of have a better understanding of what's happening in our journey. We had our friend who's also in the agency, Ernie. She came up on the panel, and she's a medium, and she talked about her experience, what does it mean, and just understanding the spiritual life and how that helps to inform us and help us when it comes to sending messages and stuff. So it was just a really robust conversation. And again, I think at its core is just sometimes we're afraid of the unknown, afraid of the things we can't explain, afraid of the things that are new to us and we're not experienced with. Into Army's live, you went to her live. You went to her live last night too. Did you see it in action? I enjoy her. I enjoy it. I know some people are like, oh, it's not for me, but I totally enjoy it. Because I grew up, I hate, well, I don't talk about this enough, but I grew up in that type of upbringing with my grandmother. My grandmother was a prophetess. And so I understand and I get it. And she was the person in the family that will say, hey, Spirit told me this. Here's what you better not do, or you should do this. This is what the Spirit told me. And so I grew up with that type of upbringing. So I get it and understand it and really appreciate it in that way, because there are people who have a third eye awareness. They're intuitive, and you got to respect that. And obviously, she was my grandmother, so I respect how she was the matriarch of our family, and people went to her for sage advice and wisdom, and that's what she gave. She gave it, and she would give it in a way where she had a awareness that we were all like, okay, she know what she's talking about, and we gonna go to her and we gonna listen. So that's the way it is, and there are people out there who have that, and I strongly believe that. So thank you all who are coming in. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, and I think Army would say all of us have that. She's a vibe. She is a vibe. So did you remove your welcome? I told my husband, I said, we got to remove the welcome sign. It does say welcome. It's split up though, because it's like a little football in the center of it. So it's like, well, and then come. So I was like, maybe the spirits don't read it that way. They see the football. So I don't know. I did. I was there for a long time. I loved it. Yes. Third eye awareness. Yes. So hopefully the spirits don't read the welcome sign. They not that welcome. I'm not welcoming the spirits. So my husband's like, we gotta remove the sign. I was like, babe, we gotta move the sign. You said you have a welcome mat that has the evil, what is that, the third eye welcome mat? Is that what it has on it? It doesn't have welcome though? I have a whole thing around the welcome mat. Do you agree with it, don't know, or remove it? Nika was like, "What? Let me know, Nika, because I may have to remove my welcome mat. We haven't done it yet, but I may have to remove it." But no, I'm saying that in all, I'm joking about it. But to be honest with you, when they start saying the stuff, well, wait. So what mat should I have? What what match or what mat? Is that what you're saying? Beautiful. What mat? Okay. Well, don't have welcome. Don't have words that invite them into your home. You're not. It's not an invitation. That's what I took away from it. I have it facing where we can read it coming out as opposed to people reading it. Oh, flip it. Oh, I should. I could do that. I could do that. Okay. What's with the welcome mat? You said, what's with the welcome mat? You said, what's with this welcome mat? Okay, so here's what I have a welcome sign on my. Ooh. So here's what was said and what I know from my childhood as well. So I told you my grandmother was intuitive too. So when they start saying the things on the panel, I was like, oh yeah, she did used to say that. Those are things. So everything they said resonated with me because I heard it previously. I've heard it in my upbringing. So you said it's a whole thing. And I'll take it down right now. You're so funny. Mine has people from different cultures on it, but it has no words. Okay, I've heard about that. Yeah. So, just in terms of how you are thinking about both physical beings and spiritual beings, we we are amongst both spiritual and physical. Okay? And so you say of the spirit, like energy, yep. Of the spirit is it's always around us. And so what they were saying is that some spirits are not good spirits. Some spirits you don't want to welcome into your home, and just be cognizant. You need to be cognizant of what you're bringing into your house. Okay, so that's essentially what was being said. And so when you're talking about um, portals and different things that will bring spirits in, you don't want to have any kind of signage or anything that says you're welcome to come in. And so that's where they were going. So the welcome mat, the welcome signs, people put sage and try to remove the spirits that were, or burn sage. And when you think about pouring salt by the door entrance, my grandmother used to do that all the time, throw salt at the door. So yeah, keep your space as your space. Yep, that's it. So that's what they were saying. And it's up to you in terms of how you embrace that or not. But ultimately, they were saying that that's a true thing that you want to be aware of when you think about both physical and spiritual. Um, so yeah, so I think I'm gonna change my welcome sign. So, if the movie Centers has taught us anything, we can't just welcome random people into our homes. Yes. I haven't seen it. And again, I'm one of those people where movies like that, I try to shy away from. Silver Fox, how you doing, friend? Hopefully you're feeling better. I try to shy away from movies like that just because I'm a little scary, and just in terms of just internalizing some of that stuff, I try to keep my distance. But I heard it's a really good movie. I know it's the movie of 2025. I know. I may have to see it, maybe. My daughter's seen it like twice. I was like, oh, it's like, you've seen it? She was like, yeah. She's like, it's good, and she's a Michael B. Jordan fan, so she was really into it. Um, Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Flourish. So yeah, just to really, you said I'm trying. Okay, hopefully you feel better soon, friend. Recover well, friend. Thank you. Hey, Dr. Trish. Hey, Coach Jesse. Thank you for the populars. So it was just an interesting conversation. The panel was really good. Bloom, I hope she comes in this morning. She was on fire. I just sent my mom to the hospital. She kept calling the police on me, saying I was trying to. Oh my gosh, poor mom. Oh, sorry to hear that, Cece. Oh, yeah, she needs. Yeah, take care of mom. Mom definitely needs help. Yeah, so I have a friend who has a mom suffering from dementia. So I know some of us. Yeah, tested for dementia. Yep. Yeah, we have a great talk. Thank you. Yeah, I've had that experience from my friend sharing stories. Yeah, it's not scary, but I do think it's layered. Oh, so depending on perception of may pick up something. Oh, okay. You're talking about centers. Okay, gotcha. Okay, okay. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I will. I just haven't made the time to watch it, but I will sit down and watch it. I think it's on. I have to see if we have HBO Max. I think it's on HBO now. I think we have it. We have a couple of different stations, so I gotta see if we have that one. Um, they were talking about Sinners, the movie. How like you mentioned that movie, and just in terms of just an extension to this conversation about spirits and portals and who you're inviting into your home, and just being cognizant of that. You said talk blocked, I guess. You wrote a message, Flourish. Yeah, it got blocked, friend. I don't see it. It just has the one comment that you have that says talk blocked, I guess. Yeah, you're blocked. If you send something, send it a different way. But that message did pop up. That's the only one I see right now. Let me see if anybody else sent something. It's not me ignoring. TikTok will block you. I just put a post about that. I put a post about that because I know people are seeing the filters a lot lately, and it's so annoying. So I did share some information about that. You said they're always doing that to Flourish. Say, yeah, Flourish, you do get blocked a lot. You, Coach Jesse, Nikki, you get blocked a lot too. I don't know why. Not lately. Lately, TikTok is being nice to you. Um, Greens from 10K flight up. Are you really? You are in the sky. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Wow. Are you heading to New Orleans, Louisiana? I think that's where you're heading for Christmas, which is cool. Um, so yesterday's panel, we were on for yes, ma'am. Awesome. We were on for nearly 4 hours, 8 o'clock. And it was such a good conversation. Like I said, Bloom was on fire. I don't know if you guys don't know Bloom, she is slowly starting her live journey. She has a lot going on. Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah. For just a week, it's our birthday celebration. Oh, nice, nice. Enjoy yourself, friend. Dang, I was only here for a few minutes. Yes, we were on for a while. Yes. And it was such a good conversation because really, at its core, she needs to talk about this in her life. She does. I said, friend, you have a whole topic. Rasheen, thank you so much, friend. A scammer asked me how I should spend 5K, and then I said, when I said 10% off the top up, forgot he disappeared. Oh yeah, yeah. The scammers are funny. Um, Dr. Tish, you said you'll be there. Yeah, I told her. Obviously she's preparing to move. She is really, she's thinking about her brand identity in a holistic way, which is awesome. Um, and so she's creating her website, creating her materials. I don't know how much the intuitive stuff will play into it. Intuitive slash astrology and just understanding, just other ways to make meaning of who you are and where you're at in life. I don't know how much that'll play into it. So it's interesting, but I would love for her to do it too, because she's gifted in it. I follow I Love Holistic. Yes, yes, she's good. So, hold on, my screen had to change the color. I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. You said it's gonna be a minute. Yeah, I think it is gonna be a minute because she has to transition. You said Love Bloom, can't wait to co-host with her. Yeah, I know. Hey, short stuff, how are you? I promote disaster preparedness to the wildly unprepared. Okay. You said there's a lot of unprepared folks. All right, disaster drama queen, are you in Florida? When I think about that, I was obviously with the hurricanes, we're always talking about disaster preparedness and stuff with the storms and stuff. Heading out, friends. Thank you so much, Kath. Appreciate you being here. Middle Tennessee. Okay, okay, yeah. You guys get a lot of the tornadoes as well as the hurricanes, I guess, too, the storms. Um, but with the conversation yesterday, a lot of it was steeped on fear, which to me is important for us to recognize when we don't do something. Sometimes our intuition is telling us not to do it, but sometimes it's just our fear. you know. And so we have to kind of get through the painful parts of, making decisions and moving forward. Thank you so much, Nika Grace. You said, but I spent a lot of time in Nevada and California. Okay, perfect. Yeah, those are places you would need to know. Yeah, so when it came to yesterday's conversation, we talked a lot about fear. We actually started the conversation, and I don't know who was here for this, but just recognizing that sometimes um, things are done in a way to make you move, to make you do something radically different. And you might have just been comfortable and complacent and not making that change with the thinking that ultimately, um, I don't need to change. I don't need to do anything. But sometimes the universe, God, whoever you believe in, will make you make that change. And so that's kind of what happened yesterday with the morning session. We were talking to one of our friends in the room about her career transition. And then later in the afternoon, it was kind of an extension of the feedback that was given, just celebrating, acknowledging that change was positive change. And a couple people had went and did their astral seek, where you can go in and do your astrology sign based on your date of birth, time of birth, as well as your birth location. And so I did mine last night, y'all. So once I got off the call, I went and entered mine into the system, and it was interesting. I still got some reading to do. I got a whole lot of reading to do because it was comprehensive. When I say comprehensive, probably too comprehensive for me. So I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of information. You said nice because it told you with your birth certificate. Just really quickly, a side note for anybody who wants to do this, you need your long form birth certificate. My short form didn't have my time of birth on it and some other details. And so I had to request that from the state of Illinois. And so they sent it to me years ago. I had gotten this long form maybe about 3 to 5 years ago, probably during COVID period. And I got it, and so I had it already, so I had to use that. So just keep that in mind. I know many of us may look at our birth certificate and not see all the information there, but you may have to request the long form. You said I got to do mine, yeah. And so with that, I will say it was really good. Hello, Mr. Treetop. It was so spot on. And now that I'm older and mature enough to read through what I'm seeing, I see things that I've done, that I've been doing, things that are really innately me. And it was documented. It really was documented. So I will say, if you get a chance to do it, take a look at it. Hey, Mrs. Treetop, appreciate your friend with that daily heart. Me, mom had my time documented in my baby book. Did she? So you had a baby book? Yeah. So I. What's interesting, like my daughter is born very close to my time that I was born, which I thought was just pretty cool. I was like, oh, we're close in time of our birth times. Yeah, I feel like I missed a lot. You missed a lot, the short stuff. Yesterday's conversation, it went in a direction that we normally don't go in. So let me just say that it was a conversation that was not the norm for the room, but it was really good because again, from the 10 o'clock to the 4 o'clock session, they both were, I think, needed. He says Def sounds like it. It was needed for people to kind of hear and just realize, things happen in life all the time. And like, are we really in touch with what's happening around us? I know the time I was born, though. Is that all I needed? That's probably going to be the unique thing that most people wouldn't have. So you need the location you were born at too. What city? And what will happen is that it'll populate that city, and you select from the choices there. And so for me, it was Chicago. And then I had to make sure I picked the right version of Chicago because they had Chicago Heights, Chicago this, Chicago that. And so I picked, the basic Chicago. Okay, that should go. Okay. And beyond that, that's it. You know your birthday. So, birthday, And then the time. The time is probably the main thing that you would need to know. So, yeah, time. Yeah, time of birth, date, and city. Yep. Yep. I had to, Holly Q, let's do this. I'm going to pin your comment. Go ahead and put in the website for me too, so people know what we're talking about. I had to be off TikTok from yesterday early afternoon to 40 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. That's right. You guys had a major event yesterday. I'm going to still get it. Okay, perfect. Missed all these things. Yeah, yesterday was a great conversation. If so, the website was astro hyphen symbol seek. If you Google it, astro hyphen seek, it'll pop up. And you have to register. And when you register, that's when you're going to put your date of birth, time of birth, and city. That's part of the registration process. The website looks intimidating in itself because there's a lot of stuff. You're like, where do I start with this? And so I think I just started from whatever was at the top. So that's what I used. I clicked something towards the top, and it gave a lot of information from there. But AC, how are you, friend? So I would definitely tell you, thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you. Make sure you like the live natal chart, birth chart. I think that's what I clicked. I'm sure I did. I'm sure that's what I got to, that area. You use Shani and passages. Those are different ones. I'm assuming different websites. Halaku. And so if those are easier to read and understand, let me know. Because this one is very comprehensive. It seems like it's for the professionals. It definitely seems like, okay, if you're getting all that you need and you're doing this on a professional level, it's definitely for those. How you doing, Robin? How's everything going? It's definitely for the professionals. So just know you're not. This is definitely comprehensive. Okay, so it just depends on what you're looking for. But if there are other pages that are a little bit easier to read, that's great. Those are apps are really good. Shani, I'm assuming, is super easy. I write off my subscriptions. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so you make it a tax write-off. All right. Urban Eye Candy, how you doing? Thank you for that daily heart me, Robin. Appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it as a tax write-off. Absolutely. Absolutely. E-Nurse, how you doing, friend? Thank you so much for joining as well. Anybody else who was here yesterday, any thoughts that you want to put in the chat? I just want to make sure we're chatting about what happened with from the dialogue that we had yesterday. I think the biggest takeaway for me was just thinking about the fear piece. I want to, I'm always cognizant of telling myself, am I saying no because I'm afraid? Am I not doing something because what am I feeling right now? If this is fear, then what's holding me back? Why am I afraid of this? What do I feel? So often we'll do that type of sanity check, that self-check. If I have a whole bunch of excuses and have to rationalize it, then maybe it's fear. Um, depending on what I'm trying to do. Sometimes it's like I don't feel like doing it, but sometimes it's fear. You know what I'm saying? Take what you need, leave the rest. Yep, that's it. Take what you need, leave the rest. Oh, that's the message for today. Well, today, really quickly, we do. I don't know if you registered. I put in our group chats here on TikTok. Mel Robbins, she's doing um, her session at 5 p.m. Eastern surrounding setting goals for 2026. So I'm going to attend it. So I'm probably going to do a real brief 4 o'clock. I'll probably stay maybe 3:30 to 4 or something, or 3:30 to 5. But it's at 5 p.m. Eastern, so I'm going to go straight to that. With that, I was saying sometimes the messenger is not what you want to focus on. You want to focus on the message. So if you're not a Mel Robbins fan, if you have any feelings about certain people who do the life coaching and that type of work, the message is what we want to take away. The message. That's all I'm saying. So I just want to make sure we understand that sometimes it's good information. Your self coaching doc. Oh, look at you. The takeaway of trusting your intuition, doing it scared, clearing out things, people holding you back. Ooh, I love that. That was a good one. Let me pin that because seriously, sometimes you got to clear those folks out. You said I'm attending it. All right, perfect. Yeah, sometimes you got to clear out your closet. You got to clear out your closet, y'all. Got to clear that closet out. People who are holding you back, people who are taking up your time suckers, those people who suck all your time, those people who are making you get off your game, whatever it is. Sometimes you gotta do the thing sometimes that needs to be done. You know, what is it? Energy vampires, energy hijackers, all the things. Dr. Trish said energy hijackers, and some who's that? It's Cat's World. She said energy vampires, but that's sometimes people do that, and then all of a sudden you're focused on what they got going on, and you can't focus on what you need to do or what you got going on. So just know that is a thing, and you just got to be cognizant of it. I'm going to Sporty's battle around that time too. Okay, Sporty, awesome. She's good people. Shannon, how you doing, friend? Yeah, she's good people. One of the things she said, and I think other people say it too. They're trying to figure out their niche. People are trying to figure out: do I need a niche? What is my niche? Do I have a niche? I will say this: if you're going to be on this app, I'm pro niche. She have an agency now. Okay, perfect. I'm pro niche. I'm very much pro niche. I think there's something to be said about coming here and knowing who you're trying to connect with. Okay? If nothing else, like who are you trying to build in your community? What type of people? What type of topics y'all want to discuss? What are you trying to bring to you? What type of folks would like to sit with you, engage with you, learn from you, talk with you, you inspire them? Who are you trying to bring? Okay. So yesterday was funny because in my panel boxes, um, who was that? Vibe Wellness, Bloom, and Glam were in the boxes. And all of a sudden, the men start coming in the room. Those people in my chat, the men was coming. Not that I'm not against, I'm not, I have men in my community, so it's not a big deal. But the ones that are there for the wrong intentions, okay, they were coming into the room. And I realized I was like, okay, that's not the energy I'm trying to bring to that's not the type of people, not the type of energy I want this room to be. And so, I had to block some people and stuff like that. But you got to know that. You got to know who's your audience. Who are you trying to connect with? I think my favorite journey, she messaged me because she put a story saying that she started going live at night and the men were coming to her room. She said, that's not my audience. That's not what I'm trying to do. And so just know, I think that's part of why you need to know kind of your niche and your topic, because your niche is going to help guide you. Are you talking about beauty, fashion? You're talking about spiritual awareness? Are you talking about, I don't know, a hobby of some sort? Are you doing some type of sound healing, something else that you're doing in your live stream? Like, what is your niche? Talking about caregiving, talking about yoga. What is that? What are you talking about? And how do you bring people who are interested in that are wanting to be part of your community to your live stream? So that's important. Like I said, I'm pro niche. And so I heard, from some of the comments that people didn't know their why. And if you can't If you really don't know your why, I think that will impact your experience. Okay? That'll impact how you engage on this app or any platform if you don't know your why. So definitely spend some time figuring out why, and then you can, then that's half the battle if you know the why, because then you can say, okay, here's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, here's the type of experience I want to curate. Here are the type of people I want to come in my room because this is my why. All right. And then with that why, you can come up with strategies for how to build and grow and engage on the platform. And so that was a takeaway we talked about yesterday as well. We talked about the why a little bit. There was a whole conversation about battling, and Coach Jesse, you just brought it up in terms of the battle you're going to attend today. But the whole concept of battling is just that. It has three pillars or so to it when you think about building your community, creating this energy, this experience for your community. Obviously, looking at the exposure because you're connecting with another co-host. You got more people coming to your room, and then there's also the increased monetization that comes from it. And so, just recognizing that those are the three reasons you will do it, and you just have to decide if that's something you want to engage in or not. Your why also keeps you motivated during those challenging times. Nika, you are speaking the truth. That is true. That why is critical because the reality is you will have some ups and downs. You will have some moments that are really really good, and you're like, the algorithm, the app is going well. I love the growth. I see the things happening, and then you will see the slowdown. You will go up, and then you will come back down a little bit, and then you go back up, and so that roller coaster happens. So you gotta know your why. You got to know your why, and you got to stick to it, okay? That why has to be a big part of your overall experience and why you're here or why you're anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That why is not just for social media, for TikTok. Obviously, I'm talking about it from that perspective, but it's for everything in life. Why? Why are you doing it? And if you don't know the answer, then you got to figure out, okay, well, should this be something I'm doing? And the change is happening daily, one day up and one day down. I know, friend. You had a good day today, though. Your numbers were nice. I saw your new followers. You know, so speaking of that, finding that metric that you want to pay attention to. You know, what is that metric you're really focused on? It could be new followers. For me, it's a real quick thing. I hone in on the screen. I'm like, oh, look at the new followers. Okay. And so that may be something you want to pay attention to too. Your why sure will help you get over yourself and roll with the punches. I love that. Yes. Hey, friend, thank you so much for being here. Yes. Oh, you watched my live for 200 minutes, CC. Appreciate it. Oh, you fell out. But yeah, that why is important. If you haven't figured out your why, then that's where you probably want to start this journey. You want to figure out why. Why are you doing this? Is it for your business? Many of you are doing it for your business. Most of you are. And is it for the growth? You want to build community. Is your why is because you see yourself building a community that is centered around your topic, what you're doing, spiritual wellness, life coaching, motivating others, helping people with their nutritional journey and diets and stuff. And so why are you doing it? Is it to make money online and make this a passive income and make sure you're building from a financial perspective? Lisa, most definitely 100. What is that why? It's going to be important. Followers community is my number one goal for live. That's it. Followers and community. I love that. Bloom! We were just talking about you, friend. How are you, friend? You were a topic of conversation from yesterday's live. We all agree you have a gift that you need to hone in on. Okay. You are, hey, beautiful. Hey, you are talented, friend. So we just can't wait until you get started, showing up consistently and we seeing all the things you offer. So we're ready. We are ready. I know you're still transitioning, so we can hold off a little longer. We'll wait until 2026. But but whenever you're ready, we're ready. Hey, Dr. J, how are you, friend? Media Maverick and your favorite brain doctor. Oh, wow. Neural psychiatrist. I love that. Author, speaker, holistic health, wellness, lifestyle. Look at you, friend. I love that. Well, welcome. Was on my FYP. Oh, was I really? Look at you, TikTok, being nice. Thank you. Come on in, friend. Thank you for that daily heartbeat. Come on in. We're probably talking based on topics that you probably are very knowledgeable and experienced in. We were saying, what's motivating people and what's keeping them here, their why. And we were talking about the things that hold them back, their fear. We're talking about all things that are going to get us prepared for 2026. I was so grateful to have such a fulfilling convo with all of you yesterday. It was awesome. It was great. Even a broken clock correct twice a day. I heard that. I understand the message, not the messenger reference. I know that's right, friends. Sometimes it is very much the message, and sometimes the messenger is not it. But we gotta respect the message. The message matters. And so, as we go into this next year, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot that comes at us, and things that we will have to, address and deal with, and um, make sure that we're stretching ourselves. Thank you for that. As we get through it. But the reality is we can get through it. So that's the main thing. If we keep that at the forefront, like, okay, right now, this is a challenge. This is a hurdle. This is something I have to kind of overcome. I'm in a season. But recognizing that we can get through that season, it will change, and things will transform in some kind of way. And so you just have to respect what's happening, and then ultimately don't be disillusioned by it, and don't let it take over to a point where you can't get out of it. Okay. So, and that's going to happen here. I have a lot of people who are nervous, afraid. We have people who signed up and we ain't seen them because life is lifing, or maybe their fear has taken over and they can't figure out how to press that go live button, and they're still struggling through that. So, at the end of the day, hopefully they get through it and they realize that they have a gift, a talent that people are waiting for. People want to hear from them. There's a community out there for them, but they just have to make sure that they make it happen. Bloom, thank you again. Appreciate your friend. Thank you again for yesterday's conversation. We were chatting a little bit about it. What was like your main takeaway? I said fear. Don't let fear overtake. You got to walk with faith, not fear. So I had that perspective. There was a lot of things that people said. Leanne, you had a whole, you had several takeaways. There were several takeaways, especially from the 10 o'clock. If nothing else, the 8 o'clock was almost 4 hours. So the 8 o'clock was a lot of information. The 10 o'clock, honestly, was, to me, really me kind of affirming my experience from last year as well. Just seeing Luna go through that and going through it. And for me, it was kind of like, okay, I've been there and I'm on the other side of it. And I understand what it means to feel this nervousness, this transition, this thing that you're doing that is out of your comfort zone, something that is very unfamiliar. And now you're here and you have to make this decision, or you're making this decision. And what does it mean to be on the other side of that? And so I'm on the other side of it. So I'm really excited for her, because it's a great feeling. Alignment, that's what you took away. Oh, I love that. Dr. Trish, I love that. Dr. J, you said trying to figure out how to go live in a way that won't drain me. Ooh, well, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Depends on what you got going on in your life. I would say, yeah, depends on what you got going on in your life and what other obligations you got. Sometimes it's not the right time for folks. I will say that. Sometimes people have to figure out when is the right time for them. I personally say it is something that you definitely need to find the time to add it to your schedule, because I don't know if it's ever going to be the best time. Let me know, my folks in the room who's doing it. I know we always have to make those adjustments, and you have to kind of get through that adjustment phase to see it as something that you want to do and continue to do. Yeah. Social media is draining at times. It can be. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I I I don't know necessarily feel that way anymore. I guess I've gotten past that where I felt like I was drained. I don't know if I would say drained. I think I'm past that feeling. Actually, when I go live now, I find it to be exhilarating. I like talking to y'all. Like y'all kind of my therapy. Just to be honest with you, y'all kind of my therapy. This is what I do. I just talk to y'all, and we have these conversations. Y'all put comments in, or we're chatting the boxes. It's really a good experience for me. But again, I'm a year in, and so I haven't gotten to the point where I'm not happy or I'm disillusioned by it. So I probably had some ups and downs where I was a little, thinking about like, is this the right thing? But now I'm not there anymore. That's why I'm doing back end work while I'm handling some big life changes. Absolutely, yeah. That's what I said. We probably won't see you for a minute. I want to get to that feeling you have. Yeah, yeah. I know it's definitely a learning curve, but I like learning. My church, y'all, actually said that I like learning. I was like, wow. The charts actually said that. I love learning. So for me, I saw it as a challenge in that way. Um, I love Bloom. What I'm talking about, I did my astral seek chart last night, so I haven't read all of it. So did you know? I don't know what I had. It's a lot of information, so I haven't read all of it. But the parts I did read, my birth chart, my natal chart. Yeah, it was really really spot on, just in terms of how I think and operate. So I love that. But when it comes to going live, so we talk about live. You said very accurate. Yours was very accurate too. I was like, wow. Wow. I didn't get a chance. Yes, I'm so happy for you. Oh, you're so sweet. I didn't get a chance to talk to my husband about it. I'm going to have him do his and see what happens. I found people, friends I wouldn't otherwise have if it wasn't for social media. Yes, yes. Look at you, Urban Eye Candy. That's true. I was amazed. Yeah. I love learning to evolve and not easy, but so rewarding it is. Howdy, how you doing? Deals over top. This is glam, y'all. Um, yes. I would say Urban Eye Candy, that is so true. That is so true. I see y'all. I see all of y'all, many of y'all as friends. And yeah, yeah. To know that these are people you wouldn't have come in contact with. The universe has brought us together in this way. It's really amazing, really amazing. And so for that, I love it too. I do love it for that. That's probably one of the main reasons, the community, that I love it. And so when I don't show up, when I'm not here, I feel like it's a void. I feel like I'm missing something. I always say howdy to you because you sent me my first cowboy hat. Do you? That's funny. He said, I'm going to say howdy to her. Thank you for the fest pops. I use my husband's chart to calculate our astro, what is that, cartographed graphed in Jacksonville versus, oh, oh, okay, um, St. Augustine. So that's when you were looking for the, depending on which location you would go to, Jacksonville versus St. Augustine. And so trying to figure out which location was better suited for you all. Oh, I love that. Oh, St. Augustine would have been a good choice too. I can see why you picked between the two. Jacksonville, St. Augustine. Yeah, I guess I would have landed with Jacksonville. I probably would have landed with Jacksonville over St. Augustine just because there's more options in Jacksonville. More options. I think that's what I would say. There's a little bit more variety. Yes, what the energy will be like in either place. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, St. Augustine technically is a small college town. Flagler is there. Forts is a tourist town. That's essentially a beach tourist town. So it just depends on what kind of vibe you were looking for. Just two different locations in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a big city, so yeah. Um, so Dr. J, let's go back to you real quick, friend. So yeah, finding the time to do this is going to be most important. That's what we talked about earlier. I know people start off with pop-ups, but if you can get to a place where you are comfortable with going live at a specific time because your schedule allows for it, I would say start there. That's where you want to start. Jax has more of an energetic spark, and yeah, Yes, St. Augustine has more soft, soft launch energy for me. Yes, yes, it's yeah, that's exactly it. Jacksonville's, when you think about major city, all the things, football team, all the things that come with a big city, versus a beach town, essentially tourist beach town. So you just kind of relax and yeah, you have a lot of tourists that come through there because they have that main. Well, really quickly, you guys know I'm from Florida, so both locations I'm very familiar with. Um, and both locations I'm very familiar with. And St. Augustine has kind of a one road in, one road out type feel to it. Not totally, but that's kind of how it's designed, like a main street. And so when you think about it, and then really quickly, fun fact about St. Augustine, their main street has the historic haunted hotel that's there. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it's like this famous haunted hotel. So they're known for being a ghost town too, just so that you guys know. Um, was the first colony. Yes, St. Augustine was. Yep, ever. Yeah. No way. Yeah. Yeah, it's known for that. Yeah. Yeah, they've done a lot of stories and documentaries and some stuff on that hotel that's there. Yeah. Okay, I will definitely try. I wrote down ideas, but heard you talk about why that let me in here. Absolutely scary. Yeah. Yeah, so we talked about the why. We talked about the why quite a bit in yesterday's live and just talking about it in the last couple of days too. When you think about this being the beginning of it, we're getting ready for a new year. So when you set your goals and you set your intentions for the year, like what are you trying to achieve? So I want you to think about your why first. Why are you doing it? So for you, I mean, let me ask this question: why would you want to be on social media? And let me say this differently. Are you looking to live stream? So when you think about digital marketing and being a live host, do you want to live stream or are you just thinking about from a content creation perspective? So I'm assuming live streaming is the goal because you want to talk to your community, you want to build community, maybe you want to sell your books because you're an author and all the things like that. So let me know what your goals are. I know I am scared of stuff, even though Army says not to be. You guys went to Hermes. Did you go to Hermes live yesterday? Favorite? Bloom, you went to her live because I think you shared it out. Dr. Michelle, is she in the room? I think she went to the live. And then Leanne, you said you went to the live as well. Um, yeah, so she's definitely a whole vibe experience. It was good. Part of it, yes. Yeah, it was definitely different. Both, but I haven't gone live here. What was the other question? Um, why do you want to go live? That was the other question. Why would you want to go live? I went to hear her live too. Yes. Did you? Yeah, it was definitely an experience. Was it amused at her talent? Yeah, amazed at her talent. Yes, yes. Her live stream is I see it. It was very interesting. Wanda Merchant, how are you, friend? Yes, her son. I was so tickled when I saw that. Her board. Her board. So people in the room, if you don't know what we're talking about, if you don't know where we're going with this conversation, yesterday's panel, we had our 4 o'clock. We had the panel. On the panel was one of the newer family members to the agency, newer friends. She is a medium, and she essentially had a live stream yesterday, and she was on our panel for, I think she was there for almost an hour and a half, 2 hours with us, and then went live shortly afterwards. But ultimately, she was talking about her gift and talent, and she was talking about the whole spirit world. And when she does her live stream, she has a board and says, "I see dead people." So it's pretty cool, and she goes through talking to the spirit life. I want to go live to provide wellness sessions and mental health info. Okay, awesome. Awesome. And you've done on other platforms, Dr. J. Should I have a more personal goal? Um, not necessarily. It's up to you. I think for me, it becomes both, becomes professional and personal. But no, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Um, when I paused, I was like, oh, okay. Sessions. Are you promoting something? Do you have a sessions you do, private sessions? Do you have a digital product like a book or download that people could purchase, those type of things. So, again, it depends on what's the goal of your live stream. So if the goal is to drive people to purchase your other items and get um, from a marketing perspective, and you're trying to get sales and build community, but you want to ultimately build out your client base and stuff like that, then it's just a slightly different strategy and approach. I say that because a lot of people who want to do that, I don't know if people actually hone into how to do that and ways to do that effectively. Um, Welcome, Dr. J. How are you? Oh, that's sweet. Hey, Black Lotus, you talking to Dr. J in the room. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, it just depends on what you're trying to do, friend. Ultimately, have you gone on? I guess my other question was, have you ever gone live on other platforms? Hey, Love Universify, how are you, friend? If you've gone on other platforms, it's just TikTok's a little different. I do say that. I don't want people to think that this is how all social TikTok doesn't operate like other live streams, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Dr. Trish. Appreciate it. Um, and so just recognizing that from the beginning, that this is a different experience, and how to engage properly, how to build your community, what are things you want to make sure you're doing and saying, how the content that you post on your page also matters to how you're going to grow and build up your community as well. All those things you want to keep in perspective. Hello, thank you for the follow. Fall, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that daily heart me. Um, Thank you for the fest gear. And so just recognizing all of that matters to how you will ultimately do as a live host. And um, and if you're looking to grow here, then you want to be intentional about your growth. Hey, Miss K Latte, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for the fest gear. So just keep that in mind. It's something that, like I said, from a digital marketing perspective, um, if you are looking to promote and sell your products and any get clients in that way, you want to be very intentional about how you communicate to people about your services, how you share that, how you talk about it, how you make sure that they understand the value of what you're offering. So a lot of times that is overlooked. TT is different. I've gone live on other places. Gotta think of my goal. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help. That was the goal. I just want to help people. Yeah. That's no, seriously, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. But I just say, figure out your why, because TT is different. And you will get here and you will say, well, why am I doing this? Because the algorithm will sometimes be very good and favorable. You'll see the growth, you'll see how you're improving. And then there'll be some times when you don't feel like you're moving the needle as much as you had been. Thank you for the fest pops. And so that matters. And that matters to people's psyche as well. Because you're like, okay, well, this is like just torture, because why am I doing this to myself? And your why has to be at the forefront of why you're doing this. Okay? And so that's why I tell people, okay, why are you doing it? What's your why? What are you trying to gain here? And most people say, hey, I want to just make money. I want to build. I want to grow. I want to be like those other influencers, and they got all this money and they're posting about the things they've gained and grown and all this stuff. I want to be them. Well, if that's what you want, then you want to put in the work, and you're going to be okay with the good and the bad that comes from just how the algorithm will perform at times. But if that's not what you're doing, if that's not your goal, then maybe you have a different perspective about, okay, who am I talking to? What do I want to do? How do I want to grow in with the intent of supporting those people? That's what I'm focused on. Growth for those people and making sure I'm connected with those people. I want to learn TikTok live. You want to learn TikTok live? Do you go live, Fall? Let me know if okay, you're a live host, making streams come true. Oh, click the link. Oh, you got a link in your bio too? All right. Um, Fall, let me say this though. So we'll talk about TikTok live. Let me talk about engagement, because you have a grayed out box. So you've gotten one level one, And so as you are engaging, you always want that box to show when you're in the live if it's grayed out, because that shows your badge of engagement, and it shows if you got the Daily Heart Me that you're connected to that live room as a fan club member. All of that is speaking to your level of involvement on the app, in the live streams, and in that particular room. You're in the Squid World campaign. Somebody said that before. Who was that? Kim Love Jones. She said, I'm in it. And your girl don't remember doing anything. I don't remember doing anything. And I think I am in it, and I need to pay attention to it. Hold on one second. Let me look at Live Fest first, because that one I do know I'm in. And I haven't done anything with that. And yesterday I missed it. Oh, I completed my 60 quest. I have my new banner. Yay. Okay. I gotta turn on my double blast. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna turn it on now. I'll turn on my double blast. That's one of my quests. So I gotta turn on double blast. Double blast is on right now, 2 times the points for any gift that are fest gifts, or any gifts actually. So let me look at the Squid campaign. Let me just look real quick, because you said I'm in it, and I'm like, well, what did I do? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, we achieved that. Okay, I'll reset that. So what's happening? Those are the campaign gifts, and then it says I can unlock some posts that I have in here. How to play, daily missions, post 2 gift videos. So I'm supposed to post these videos. Share campaign page. Go live for 150 minutes. I've done that. Complete 5 SpongeBob gifts while co-hosting. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. So I'm supposed to be co-hosting? Okay. I have a co-host. Okay, so I'm in it. I guess I'm in it, y'all, and I'm supposed to be doing it. You said it auto entered us. You can opt out, but there wasn't an opt in. Oh, okay. Well, that's what happened. Oh no, I should have sent my pops doing double. That's okay, friend. Um, oh, I didn't know that. How did we auto get entered? I didn't do that, y'all. Don't blame that on me. I did not do that to us. Okay? Nika, how did you know that? That has nothing to do with me. I had nothing to do with that, because I didn't even know I was auto entered. I've been focusing on Live Fest. Glow was so surprised she was in it too. I didn't know, seriously, because I was focused on Live Fest, so I was not paying attention to Squidward in them. Y'all so sweet. Thank you for the fest pops. Thank you, Bloom. So I'm supposed to co-host. I guess I'm supposed to co-host and do some stuff too, but I haven't been doing it, y'all. I heard it was it is an easy campaign. Honestly, it's very easy, to be honest with you. So when you look at it, if you guys go look at it, I don't know if it looks different from a blue. I don't know if it looks different from a viewer perspective, but it's definitely easy for a live host, because you're posting videos, you're going live. Now the live time might be a stretch for people, which is not a bad thing. And you laughing, which is not a bad thing. But beyond that, I think everything else is doable. Co-hosting, going live, and then posting some live the Squidward videos. So I guess the SpongeBob videos, or whatever the videos that are in there that I need to post. So yeah, it's a pretty easy one. What was I just talking about, y'all? Because I want to go somewhere with that conversation. Really quickly, Dr. J, let me know if you're still with me. And then Miss Treetop, you said, Dr. Lisa, I can co-host this afternoon at 3. If you need someone, you need to go live today. Okay. Yes. So when I come on, Mrs. Treetop, I'll look for you. When I come on, if you're still on, I think I'm going to try to come on a little earlier, because I'm going to get off for that session with Mel Robbins. I'm going to try to get off by 5, because she's going to be doing that 5 o'clock session. So I'll try to come as early as 3:30 or so, 3:45. I'll come on earlier than what I normally do, so that way we can co-host together. So that sounds good. Thank you. I'll do it then. Um, like I said, I've been focusing on Live Fest. So I put the double blast on settings at 18 and under. Okay. Why? Do we have to? Okay. You know what? I've been turning mine off lately. I think I've had it off. Mail is on today. Yes, mail is on. I'm asking. Oh, you're asking. I've had mine off lately. I don't know why. Well, let me take that back. I know why. I've had it off because I've had the panel boxes on. And with this campaign for Live Fest, I've had to do some of those specific Fest Pop matches. So for the last week, I've turned it off. I haven't had it on. I just started my live with it turned off. When I do my live event, I toggle it off. So yeah. Hi Ashley, how you doing, friend? Um, is today the last day for Live Fest? For round one, yes. It ends on the 13th, so today's the last day. She has a double blast on if you want to send votes. Yes. Oh, send votes. Yeah, that's right. Send votes. Votes and well, where am I at? I'm always cognizant of it if I'm even in the running. I don't if you guys have other people who are in the running, that's probably better. Let me look from a campaign from an agency perspective and see if there's any way I can tell if people are ranking up. They had it for so Pure is definitely moving forward. She's number 19 in the silver. I don't know why she's not in gold. That's interesting. They put her in silver for this one, but not gold. She was supposed to be in silver for the fandom or for the Power League. You can do it. It's double. It's doable. Oh, I can do it. Instead, it's doable. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm 791. I guess that's doable. That's a big doing, but it's doable. Okay, I have 400 votes. You have 400 votes. So Pure is definitely in the running. Wellness Girl is definitely in the running. She's in silver. So me, Pure, and Wellness Girl are silvers. Thank you so much, Mr. Treetop. Um, you said new here, scoop me up. How you doing, friend? You said scoop me up. We try to avoid language like scoop. We try to make sure we make authentic connections. Thank you. Look at you reaching level 10. It may be bronze for this one. For let me see. I see bronze. Where are you at on my sheet? Okay. Yeah, it did make you bronze. So everybody who's bronze, most people are bronze beyond that. So um yeah, everyone is 3,050 plus. So everyone else is not under 1,000. So for the rest live, will you monetize or is it just for a status? Say that again. For the rest, what you mean rest live? Fest. That's supposed to be F. Okay, for the Fest live. Is that what you said? Is that what you're saying? The Fest live. The Fest. Okay. The Fest live will you monetize? You monetize from gifting. Scale Live Rewards still is at play. All that is still happening. Is that what you're asking? And you move up in the rankings for the leaderboard so you can move to the next round. So it's both to answer your question. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We will see, y'all. We'll see. I'm I guess it's doable. Like we said, it's doable. The link for mail and email or notification. Um, I will email it to you. I will. I'm sorry. I will text it to you. I'm gonna pull it from my other page. I'm gonna do it while I'm in here. It's gonna come from my shop page. So I'll send it to you from my shop page. Because I sent it, I think, in the other group chats. If I can get to it quickly. Um, um, Maybe I can get from it. Let's see. So yeah, I will send it to you now. Let's see. And Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate it. So let's go back. I want to say great, thank you. You're welcome. I wanted to say, Dr. J, the first thing when it comes to TikTok live, and this is what I tell everybody, it is literally just going live. Okay? So when you start going live, you will see how this format is. What we were just talking about is the campaigns. That's what this little symbol up here is, and you can swipe. So you can swipe right now as a viewer. You can swipe and see some of the different campaigns. So we were just talking about Live Fest. We were talking about the SpongeBob, Squidward. So no practice first. Practice mode does exist, but it's very limiting. Limiting in terms of what features you can see, limiting in terms of the time. You can go practice longer. You just have to say, I want to continue. And once it pops up on your screen to end the live mode, I mean, the practice mode, but you can say, I want to continue. So you can practice. I would tell you, practice is fine if you just want to do a quick run through of what's here. If you need to do a quick run through of what you're going to say, don't worry about it. Click go live. Because the reality is, you're newer to TikTok, and you're not going to have a lot of people that show up in those early lives as you're getting used to this. And I start this live actually saying that, like, it's okay in the beginning. You want to use this time to practice. You want to use this time to get acclimated and get comfortable with your message, who you're talking to your target audience. I tell people all the time, and this is like just a marketing 101 adage. If you are talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. Okay? You got to talk to your target audience. Otherwise, people will swipe right past you. Okay? It'll be low at first. It will be low at first, depending on how you do your live stream. And I'm assuming you're like me, where you're just talking and engaging with people. Now, if you're doing something where maybe it is more interactive, or something people are coming in to watch and see what it is, like I think about my people who cook, my people who do the exercising, the people who do the sound healing. You'll see those lives. They made people stop and watch a little longer. Those interactive lives, some of the artists, depending on what they're doing, they get a lot of voyeurs kind of watching to see what was happening. But it just depends on your live stream. I think most lives, though, they had an origin story. Many people did not click on on the app and all of a sudden their room was rooming. That just doesn't happen. So you do have this moment where you are getting used to the algorithm. The algorithm's getting used to you. It's trying to figure out what you're going to be saying and doing, and then ultimately how it will help you show up on the For You feed, how people will find you and come across your live. All that has to figure itself out in those first few lives. So you just want to keep showing up and keep practicing. And practicing, not practice mode, practicing as a live host as you're continuing to go live and again engage. Thank you so much, E-Nurse. And just keep showing up. That's it. And then there's some things you can do. Like, I like the board. This has the Creator Network Agency on it. So some people will come to my live and like, what's a Creator Network Agency? And I have to answer that question. I'm talking to them about that. Now, obviously, right now, I haven't been talking about it. But if you have a board up, that's a great marketing tool, because people see that even before they tap to come in. And you got to keep in mind, people are always watching you. Always. When you go live, that's what this is about. People are watching you to see if they actually want to come inside. Some people just watch from the outside because they don't want to come inside, and that's totally fine. I will tell people who are watching, I always do this as a quick side note. If you are watching from the outside, come in, get your daily heartbeat. How you doing, mama? Get your daily heartbeat, come in, get the points and engagement points for what you're learning and doing anyway. So just recognize that you're just going to keep talking and growing and building community. But it gets easier, okay? I know in the beginning, people are like nervous and uncomfortable. As you do it, it gets easier. Wow, thank you, Dr. Lisa. This is helpful. You're welcome. You're welcome, friend. You are so welcome. So, but it does get easier. So don't feel as if you cannot do it. You absolutely can do it. And you'll build a strong community. Um, let's see. Um, I'm sending you this now, Silver Fox. Let's see. Is it there? Give me 1 second. I'm going to send her this message from Mel Robbins. I'm sending you the video where inside the video is the link to um, the registration link is inside the video. I just forwarded you. Okay, so you have it. All right, friends. Thank you, George, for joining those who came into the live. Let me know if there's other questions. I always say let's make sure we are getting the questions out. We've been talking a lot lately because, you know, I've had some new people join the agency. I've had some people who've been here for a minute. So I've been trying to make sure that December is our month where we're talking about goals. And so that's what the Mel Robbins conversation is about. She's going to talk about setting goals for 2026. Then we're talking about goals, but we're also talking about um, ways to start our live streaming journey. Okay, so I want us to get started. It's no point sitting back waiting and stuff. The campaigns do matter. I didn't know we were opted into the SpongeBob campaign. So we are in this campaign, so we want to continue to do it if we could. Live Fest ends today, and for round one for Fandom and Talent League, we have about 5 or 6 people in the Talent League. A lot of them were able to join because of um, their music lives, their voice chat lives, and they're playing music, which is pretty cool. So a lot of them have joined because of that, which is awesome. So definitely go by and support. Um, they should have their fest as their live goal. They will want to have the fest gifts as the live goal. So yeah. Um, Let me know if there's other questions. I appreciate you all supporting. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Dr. J. I appreciate you. As you go live, let me know if you, I tell people in order to join the agency, you have to be first going live. So as you decide to go live on TikTok, you're welcome to join. It is a free program because TikTok will pay you through your live rewards that you get, the Skill Live rewards, and then they pay the agencies 2 to 3% from the cut that they take, that TikTok takes. And so just know that it's a free program for you. And I go live twice a day. I give value. We talk about the life journey. We talk about things that are important for us to know. I give new tips and strategies. So we talk about the different campaigns and everything that's happening right now. All of us are really in the midst of Live Fest. So Live Fest is going on to the 22nd. So you see a lot of big push and focus on Live Fest. But at the end of the day, it's a fun app. It's a great community, especially within the agency. It's an awesome community. And then we do a lot of support. I mean, we're a community of people who have great life experiences, a lot of wisdom, a lot to share, and we are sharing it with people who are obviously our target audience and people who want to learn and grow from us. So it's been a great experience. I really do appreciate being on this side of the TikTok streets. Um, but yeah, let me know if there's other questions. I'll probably stay on for a few more minutes. I've done 90 minutes already. I've done an hour and 95 minutes. And so I'll probably stay on a little bit longer. Let me know if there's any questions. If people want to come up in the boxes and ask questions, I can do that as well. So we can also chat that way if you want to. Who is going live? We have a few people who are live right now that are doing, I think, voice chats. So we have that. Hey, Most, how are you, friend? How's everything going? We have people who are doing voice chats quite a bit. So I see Praise and Designs, E-Nurse, Adrian, and actually Steph. Steph just went live with her voice chat. Thank you so much for the fest gear. Appreciate the support, friends. I still got the double blast on. I turned that on so late. Oh gosh, I just realized that. Let me see how many minutes I got because I don't think I've had her on long. Let's see, Lisa, what did you do? I don't know why I did that. 40 more minutes. Oh, why did I do that? I probably should have just turned it on when I met with Miss Treetops. What's Steph handler, her handle? Hey, Mama Sita, that's it, Mama Sita. I have one question. Yes, okay, let's see, what's Steph handle? Let me give that to you. I think she goes Steph Chicka. Steph Chicka. Chicken Wellness. Let me respond. I'm gonna write it for you, friend. So it's S. Thank you so much for the gear. Appreciate that. Um, let's see, y'all. Let me. There we go. So that's Steph, and then Miss K Latte. Let me know if you gotta ask, and then most your question. Can you do a live and switch it to superfan only doing live? Yes. You would click your superfan and then go to the fan zone and scroll down to Superfan Only Live. You cannot switch back though. You got to end that live. So once you switch that live to Superfan only your superfans can stay or, um, join the live. Everybody else would get a message that says this live is now superfans. Yeah. 12:30 on main page. Okay, that's deals. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Nicole. Appreciate you. um 12:30 on main page for 12 days of Birthmas. I love that. Birthmas giveaways. 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern daily. The 13th through the 25th. Okay. Okay. Gonna support now. Oh, that's awesome. She would appreciate that. She is trying to really build up her page. You said, and then Dr. Trish, you said, I'm going live around 1 p.m. for healing music and content. Is that it? Content? Oh no, continue at 2 p.m. Eastern for Vision Board Manifestation. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Most, for the populars. I appreciate you. Um, you have the vision board you created, so you're gonna walk through it, or you teaching how to create a vision board. See you when you're back this afternoon. You're welcome. Thank you, Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole, when are you going live? I think you're gone already. You said I have a question too. Okay. How many followers do you need to go live? Typically around 50 followers. That's what I've seen, as little as 50. But I typically see those people who have already gotten a blue box and they're engaging. But you could definitely request and try to see if it's by 50. Most cases it will be. TikTok want more people to go live. Man, see, that's why you're the queen of TikTok info. You're so sweet. Kelly, how you doing? I'm not gonna end the live. Okay, you're not gonna end the live. Oh, you're going to go right into it, teaching how to create and why it's healing tool. Okay, Dr. Trish, I think you are coming up, friend. Hello, friend. Let's see.
Assuming I can do it. So you know how I put on my flyer, right? When I do the live stream with music.
Yes.
So I can manipulate the flyer, of course, and make it smaller when I'm ready to go live, face live meaning, and just, pull it up, pull it upwards for it to go away. And I can just, start my face live
Okay.
that way, right? Because I was thinking this is kind of what I want to do a little bit going forward now that I have time is just go longer.
Okay.
But I don't want to be talking the whole time, Dr. Lisa, because it gets tiring. I get tired of talking a lot. So I'm trying to think of other ways, with what I'm already doing and just incorporating what I'm already doing and doing the lives just longer.
Okay. Yeah, you could. You could. I mean, if you wanted to then do that, when you say pull it up, I'm assuming you're doing a green screen where you have that flyer on the
Right.
screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Because I was thinking I can do an audio, have it be as an audio book or music that is integrated into what I'm going to be teaching on.
Okay.
So kind of like as an intro, and then just continue and teach on it.
Okay. Yeah, you could do it. Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to see what your room feels like and what's the temperature there. But I wouldn't just say, okay, now y'all, now stay here, listen to this audiobook. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I would start with that. I would start I would start with that first, music or audiobook or affirmations, and then I would get rid of the flyer
Okay.
and and be face to face, like whatever I'm doing, like my regular life.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess you could do that. I mean, you're gonna lose some people in the beginning, so you're just gonna have to figure out when do you tell like your core people that you will want to be at the live for the second half to join,
Yeah,
sharing
I
it
can put
out.
it on the flyer.
Yeah.
I just have to like schedule it out really well,
Uh-huh.
and I'll put it on the flyer.
Yeah. Yeah. So that should work.
Okay,
So
I'm
that
gonna try it to see how it goes.
okay. All right. Awesome. Miss K Latte, how you doing, friend?
I'm good. Good morning, Dr. Lisa.
Good morning.
Good. I was asking a question for the young person, the young man that wants, he's a stylist, and we was trying to go live when I was at his shop. But when he went on his page, we didn't see a live, like that plus sign that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. So he was like, how go live? I said, well, it's just a plus sign, and we was trying to find it, but we didn't see it.
So he doesn't have live access then if the plus sign is not there. So think about when you click that plus sign in the middle of the screen to post content. So that sign is there. Once you click that, you should see post and you should say live where you can scroll over to the live side. So it should have been there. Plus sign should have been there just for content alone though, because you post content at any point. And then when you click TikTok Studio on your profile at the top, he should have been able to see TikTok Studio and go to the back end and see the section for post and the section for live. If you went to the live section, it might have said, you know, either, it's usually like that initial message is like explaining live streaming, kind of walks you through the process, and then you can scroll down and see go live. So it doesn't sound like he had the go live access, if I'm not mistaken.
Will it be a difference if he came on as a business or private? I mean, a business owner, but
No,
instead of
he should
he should.
still see the screens in this first. Yeah, it should still be there for him.
Okay, I sent him your. I just sent him the live to see if he. And I told him that yesterday you go live twice a day, and he said he was going to check it out because he's very interested in. But he has never been live. Because I told him we could do live yesterday when I was there. We tried. I didn't see it. We went live on my page, but not on his page.
Okay, yeah. So if what you saw in terms of how to go live, he should have had the same experience.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
He has to do the verification first. There's some steps to it that he would have to do to get approval. Do you remember how many followers he had?
It was low. It was
under 50.
I don't know if it was under 50. It was low. It was low. Yeah, because I just shared his page. I'll look at it and drop it in the chat and I'll let you know. But I knew it was good. He said, I'm trying to get followers. And I mean, he has a good business. I said, you will be booming, booming in this on TikTok. And he said he really want to do it. I said, you could go live every day when you're doing, in your shop. I mean, when you're working.
There's a couple of people who do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he said he was setting up his camera. He said you do have to change his stands. And I was telling him, go to TikTok, get your stand, and you go from there. But yeah.
Okay.
So he should be popping. I'm not sure if he'll pop in today.
Okay.
But I told him that, you go live twice a day and to check you out.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I know you sent me how to find my referral. I said I'm gonna listen to what you said to me in the video, and I'll try to find a referral too.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. All right, friends. Let me know if anybody wants to come up. The question you said flyer, what flyer? And then you asked about the blue box, Dr. J. Dr. Tricia, if you're still here, the flyer, she's referring to your question when you mentioned flyer. And the flyer that she was talking about is something she creates. And then there's an effect you can use called a green screen where you can pull an image up on the screen. And so I think that's what she's doing. She's pulling the image up. Oh, she's coming back up, so she'll explain it.
Yeah, I can talk about it. So I create a flyer on Canva and I use the AI tools. You have to play around with it. because Canva has a lot of features and some of them are hidden. So you got to really like play around and be patient and, um, love making flyers, so I'm just patient with it. But I have a visual in mind before I start. So I try to put on the Canva tool my vision that I have in my mind first. And I create the flyer and I download it as an image. And then you use a green screen with the man with the little hand up.
Mhm.
I use that one and I put the flyer up.
You
And
make
you
it
have
cover
to
your whole
really,
page.
huh?
You make it cover your whole page.
I try to because I don't want to be seen in the morning. Like
Okay.
you don't want to see me in the morning. So that's why I do it in the morning because it's like kind of affirmations, music, audiobook. So I try to cover the screen as much as possible. So if that's your intent to cover the screen as much as possible, just be careful as to how you assort your wording or whatever you're putting on the flyer because it can't be spread out to the extreme margins. It has to be kind of like in the middle with your visual and all of that. And I learned that through trial and error. And then I use a green screen and I put it up. It takes a little bit to get adjusted to it because you got to move it around with your fingers, and then you go live.
So
And
wait a
then
minute,
you play whatever.
you don't have to worry about getting the puzzle.
I've gotten the puzzle a couple of times, not that much,
Okay.
but I'm there. I'm
Okay.
watching the screen. I'm commenting either through my backup
Okay.
or because one time my file was almost like it went like away, and I'm like, oh, I gotta be careful. So I use my backup, but then I don't know, I got better at it. So now I can use my primary account, the one that I'm doing the live on. And as people come in, I'm talking to them in the chat. And the visual is really important from my experience. My visual, the flyer is very important because it attracts people.
Okay.
It attracts people. And that's how I'm kind of like also learning who's my audience, depending on what visual I use. Who's my audience? Who's my target audience?
Okay.
And yeah, I love doing it. And yeah, that's the flyer.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, that seems pretty cool. I like your flyer. You're right. It attracts people. You get new followers. When you do the voice chat is the circles that you'll see as opposed to the squares like these boxes. Um, you don't get as much visibility. You don't get pushed out as much as you do on a traditional live stream. So yeah, that might be the great secret to making sure you do get the visibility. Okay. All right, friends. Thank you so much. Okay. Blue boxes, real quick. I'm going to take this down. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'm happy to answer questions. The blue boxes, Dr. J, you asked that. How you doing, Coach Vicky? I see you, friend. Thank you so much for coming in to the room. You said you saw a few people using it. Using what? The flyer approach. I think that's what you're talking about, the flyer versus the voice chat. The voice chat, like I said, the voice chat is good. I've come on, yes, okay. I've come on later in the evening because the whole frag thing, I'm paying attention to my frag. So I have to come on the last couple nights. So I'm actually, let me digress real quick. I told you guys, I got my goals. My goals are sitting here on my post-it. My goals for December. As we go into a new year, I made sure that I paid attention to my goals for December. Live studio was a goal. I'm going to do live studio. Matter of fact, I should go live with live studio later. Because live studio, maybe I'll see. Live studio I can do. I think my 60 days sitting in a corner is complete. Are you serious? Okay, here's how you check. You said I'm 60 days. Nobody put baby in the corner. I love it. He said they didn't put baby in the corner for 60 days, huh? Well, here's how you check. Just to double check. Go to your creator center, the Creator Network Center. Go there. You know what I'm talking about? On your TikTok, click TikTok at the top. TikTok Studio, I'm sorry. Click TikTok Studio, where they have the live center. Scroll all the way down to tools and resources. click the box is there, the box for Creator Network. Check your box and it'll say if you're done. If you're free, it'll say it. It'll say you are you can join or you can no longer have your last day. Good morning. I missed something. What is this flyer? Okay, so really quickly, let me just recap. Just stop by. What's this about? Kelly, how you doing, friend? I'm a Creator Network agency, so we're talking about some go live tips and stuff. And so Dr. Trish, she's in the agency. She said, "Okay, be right back." She's in the agency. She was sharing Vibe Wellness. She was sharing that she uses a flyer as a green screen overlay. Okay, so really quickly, I'll show you guys. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking the little magic wand. It looks like a pencil in the lower box of your live stream. I'm clicking that. I'm going to click effects. This is an effect. She is basically saying what she does is that she clicks the one for green screen. Let me find mine. The one where the little man is pulling his hand up. So she clicks that and she pulls up. Oh, I don't know what I have here. I'm going to pull something up. Okay, this is me the other day. This is where I was showing Nika. She uses this as a flyer. And what she does is that she fixes the things on her screen so that it can be a flyer. And she makes sure that she positions it correctly. And she has it on her screen. So this is what she's doing. And so because of that, people are communicating, they're sharing information. She has this on her screen. Now, she does not get the static image. You know what? You didn't explain that for me. Let me go back to my original. What's an agency? I'll go back to that in a second too. Give me 1 second, friend. Oh wow, thanks for demonstrating. That makes it more clear. Yes, that's what she does. She has a flyer though. Her flyer is very nice. Not like mine. But you know what, Dr. Trish, you didn't mention static image. Do you ever get a static image? Yes, that's exactly what I explained to you. Yeah. Oh, I see. Do you ever get a static image, Dr. Trish? Put that in the chat for us. Have you ever had a problem with the static image with that on the screen, just that flyer? Sometimes, yes. I was like, damn. That's huge. So how do you get around the static image? 100K, yay, yay, 100K. That's huge because you can't keep getting static images. They're gonna shut your live down. So what are you doing to avoid the static image? No, I mean the puzzle. Sorry. Okay, so you've never gotten a static image violation. Puzzle, not static. Okay, you've never gotten that. Okay. So green screen, sorry, I'm making pancakes. Okay, gotcha. So puzzle is where TikTok gives you a puzzle to match up the puzzle piece. No, I've never got one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so she says she's never gotten a static image. Now the way I just put that image on the screen, I covered it pretty much the dimensions of the screen. Is that the way you do it? It seems that way. I'm just going to make the assumption it seems that way. That you cover it like it covers your whole screen. Yes. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so what she did was pick, there's this green screen where the guy, he's a little bubble head and he's holding his hand up and then he has like a little box around him that's showing you the picture and he pulls that up and literally you saw where I could shrink it, you saw where I can expand it. She expands it on her screen. So that's what she's doing. Okay. And then when it comes to doing that, she's able to show that as her message. And she uses images that are in her camera roll that she downloaded from Canva. So she created the image in Canva and what message she wanted to put. She makes it, puts it on her camera roll, downloads it on her camera. And then when you do the green screen, you're literally picking up images from your camera roll. That's all she's doing. So it's up to you what message you put on there. Make sure your message is within compliance with TikTok. Don't use the word TikTok. I'm going to tell you that now. Don't do it. Don't use the word TikTok. And then try to avoid any words that was like make money online, that type of stuff. Avoid your web page. Don't put your website and stuff. Try to avoid things that are going to get you in, get a violation. Okay, so TikTok's scanning for that. So if people, you can say visit my profile for more information, that type of stuff. I'm gonna do it 1 p.m. if anyone wants to come in to see it. Okay, perfect. Wow. So follow Dr. Trish. I'm gonna pin your comment, friend. Oh, why isn't it letting me pin? Hold on. Why didn't it let me pin? Let me look at my boxes. Do I have boxes open? There it is. There's the box. The box I had open. Okay. Just want to put what is happening. Just want to put what is happening. What you mean? What's happening? So if you want to visit Dr. Trish to see how she does her flyer, that's pinned on the screen if you want to follow her and connect with her. She's going to do it at 1 p.m. Eastern. She's on the Eastern time zone. So morning motivation, worship, and affirmations. Okay. Oh, that's what you're doing. What time are you doing that, Coach Jesse? And then so with agency talk, I'm going to do a post to guys this week. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Dr. Trish. Blue boxes, and then I'll talk about agency. So blue boxes, really quickly. Dr. J, you still with me? We're going to get off shortly. Thank you all who are here. Coach V, let me know. Did you get a chance to check? Let me know if it works for you. Showing the process, okay, in the chat. And okay, friend, I'm missing some stuff. Coach V, let me know if you were able to check. Was it clear for you? I'll talk about the agency stuff for you as well. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm cleared. Oh, look at you. Work out today, going live. 8 a.m. Central. That's when you're doing it, Coach Jesse. 8 a.m. Central for your stuff. Gotcha. And you're doing the voice chat format, I think. Or you said you're going to do the other format that Dr. Trish was just talking about. I think that's what I'm hearing. All right. Yes. Okay. Okay, give me a second and I'm gonna walk you through the agency stuff. I gotta explain blue boxes for our friend Dr. J. Dr. J, do me a favor, put you say yes ma'am, put in the chat hi real quick. Your blue box didn't show up that last time. I'm not sure why. So you're a level 16 blue box. You said take your time. All right. You're level 16 blue box. Okay, there it is. Okay. So I want you to click, now that you said hi, do me a favor and click your photo. Click your photo that you just put that message in. And when you click your photo, I want you to click your level 16 blue box. So the blue box is a badge. Think about it that way, as a way for a live host and for you and your community to see how you're engaging in every live that you go to. TikTok uses that blue box to kind of track your level of engagement. The Lisa is how you are engaging in my live. So when you click the Daily Heart Me, hello friend, you become a Lisa fan club member. And so that's a way to track your level of engagement. And as a new person in my room, you're level 2, you're going to grow. And both the blue box and the Lisa box will let you get to level 50. That's the highest level you can get. The Lisa box changes for every live room you go to. So for my room, you're Lisa. For somebody else's room, you might be some other name. So that is your fan club because you're a fan club for that room. Hey, how you doing, Chainer B? Oh, okay. And so that blue box, let's go back to that blue box. So I want you to click your photo where you said, oh, okay. And then your level 16, I want you to click that level 16. When you click that level 16, a blue screen pops up. Okay. The blue screen that pops up shows, it kind of breaks down exactly how many points you've collected. And then there's a / symbol and it tells you the total amount of points you need to get to that next level. And then underneath there is those experience points that you're collecting, that you need to collect, essentially. It's the difference between what you got and what you need. And those points are the ones that you are reducing down. And those points come primarily because of your gifting. Okay, and how you're engaging in that way. How you doing, Melina Colors? Hello, friend. I didn't realize you could name that box. Yeah, Coach V. Yeah, that box is your special box now. You know what that changed though? That changed recently. That change happened probably in the last, I think that happened officially when Superfans happened. No, no, you can always change your fan club box. Your fan club box you can always change. Because mine said sub at one point, so that you can always change. Um, you could change the verbiage to it. You only have four letters you could use. Remember there was the four boxes and mine says sub, or what did I have? I had something else at one point. I think I just had sub. Yes. So you could change that. Remember you have those up to four characters you can use. But then when they changed it to super fans, they made it a little bit more dynamic. And they had that super fan symbol, and then they had the fan club box all integrated, and then it became a little bit more um, noticeable because everybody and went away from that sub comment or the sub feature that you have. I think I was Lisa back then. My fan club was Lisa then as well. I feel like Lisa was always it, but I can't remember how I did it. Hello, friends coming in. So my point of Dr. J, so you want to pay attention to your points that you're collecting. You want to pay attention to what level you're at. And if there's opportunities for you to level up, you can decide. Like those points, if you look and see how many points you have left to get to level 17, you might say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be strategic about this. I'm not going to spend, I don't, it's too many points for me to do it in one room. Maybe over the next week, I'm going to level up to 17 because of, I know I'm going to go into rooms. I might send a few gifts here, a few gifts there, and I'm going to be intentional about how I budget and how I plan to level up. So there's a whole thing on how you want to engage. I tell people, it depends on how fast you want to do this, but that engagement does have a correlation to how people will engage back to you, how people will engage with your content, how people will engage with your live stream. So if you're not paying attention to your blue level box, you're missing out on opportunities to support other people. A little bit of reciprocity, but supporting other people will also have people support you. Okay, what is the benefit of leveling up? Um, Higher levels of engagement is recognized and respected. I think that's part of it because you see all the people who are flying in when you are a level 25 or above. Depending on the room, you come flying in. Like Kelly just flew in at the top of my screen. She's a level 31, so we see her. So it gives you visibility, especially if you are in a room where there are a lot of stuff going on, a lot of gifting, a lot of engagement happening, but you want to be seen because people typically will connect and attract to those people who are high engagers. So that's part of it. So you're creating a little bit more of a prestige reputation for yourself. You just answered it, V4. I sent the question. Oh, before I sent the question, gotcha. So it's part of that, and it's part of that reciprocity I said. So as you're gifting, people see you as a high engager. People are like, well, you know what? Let me support this person who's going live that's also a high engager. High engagers really, 25 and above is where the spotlight, because you're flying in, really is where people start truly noticing because you're flying in. That helps. That gives you a little bit more recognition. Um, so that's kind of where people aspire to get to 25 and above. That's kind of like that place that people are like, ooh, I'm gonna get to 25 because I'll be able to fly in. Now I didn't read the fine print. You don't fly in all rooms at 25. You got to get to Nika. What are you, Nika? Are you still here? What is the number? Thank you for the shares. I think it's 30. Is it 30 or 31 or 33? She said some number that is higher where you are seen in all rooms. Do you remember what you told me? Told us? She might not be here. She might be typing. I don't know if she's typing or she's not here. Sometimes Nika is going around. I thought it was going to fly in like I thought it was going to fly in like the paper crane. 35. Oh, I didn't know it was 35. Oh. So 35 means that you can fly into any and everybody's room. Look at you. You thought you was gonna fly in like that? It's like that's the way they should do it. I think you're right. I think they should change it. 25 for rooms less than 100. Yes, that would be cool if you flew in like that. Oh, look at you. Thank you, Dr. Trish. The meteor shower, friend. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. You know what, I just quit paying attention to that box. Thank you. Oh, you're level 33. Look at you. So what just happened? Just so that you guys know, Dr. J, you were asking about this. Dr. Trish just leveled up in the room. So she just leveled up in my room. So her 33 represents this room, versus her other box, which and her other box is 26. So she's a high engager. So okay, Kelly, stay with me. Kelly, you're here. How you doing, Kelly? Do you go live? Faith, reinvent, LTC nurse, mentor, coach. I love that. Tell me your live schedule. Okay, so agencies. What is an agency? Agency is a free, the Creator Network program is a free program. I got to start with the word free. Free because TikTok pays you through the Scale Live Rewards. They take a percentage, their cut, and then they use their cut to give a few percent to the agencies. So TikTok pays you, and then they pay the agencies. So that's how that works. So the Scale Live Rewards is how all of us get our percentage from going live and in the engagement in our room. Planning to go live in January, trying to learn more. Okay, perfect. In order to be a part of any Creator Network program, you already have to have live access and you have to be going live. Okay, so that's number one. So you wouldn't be able to join until you have gone live. And I tell people from my agency, I want you to go live for those first 3 lives so you can get full benefits and access and you can get used to going live. Okay, so that's kind of my new way of saying it, so that people are actually going to go live, because this program is built on your live stream support, not your content, not your TikTok shop, not anywhere else on the app. It is really for the live stream experience. So you as a live host. I do know about content. I do know about TikTok shop. So I do offer support from answering questions, but that's not what this agency is. So I typically will answer questions, but I don't focus on those areas because that's not what the agency is built on. Thank you. How you doing, Professor B? So, with good morning, good afternoon, rather. So, Creator Network Agencies is TikTok's way of supporting live hosts in your live journey. Thank you for the populars. In your live journey, as you're going live, you're building community, you're growing. And essentially, what you're going to do is get support from the agencies. We provide training, hosting strategy, monetization strategy, and then protection if your account is in violation or at risk of getting banned. We can submit an inquiry on your behalf if you did not follow the community guidelines. Restrictions are different from violations. Restrictions are like that timeout where you have to go. In high school, I used to say when you have to go to detention, after school detention. That's what a restriction is. Just for that live, you got in trouble. Well, if you got suspended, then that's a violation. So that's when you get in trouble in that way. You're usually out of school, or in this case of the live experience, for at least, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 7 days, depends on what you did. Hey L, how you doing, friend? Gotta have to go live at least 3 times before I can join a network. Thanks for the explanation. Before you can join my network in particular, but you got to go live regardless. So you got to go live regardless, so that if you're going live and you click to apply to anyone's network, you will show up as someone who is eligible to join. Okay. So, Elle, thank you so much. Good morning. Good afternoon. I keep saying morning. Good afternoon. The other thing I was going to say is every agency is different, and you have to find an agency that's going to fit what you're looking for in your journey. So pay attention to what services they offer, how they support, and you make a decision on what you're looking for. What I offer is that I offer a lot of training, hosting strategy. We meet, we talk. I do one-on-ones. So I go live twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I have a community-wide meeting on Zoom on Sundays at 6:30. So we meet as outside the app. We do that on Zoom. And then I have a school, SKOOL platform for you to get more information, more resources. You can collaborate there with other people in the agency. And then I also have a group chats in TikTok. So you can have up to 32 people in a chat. So we have several group chats where you can share your content, post, your content as well as your live stream. Share that out, and so people can join your live if they're able and interested in joining based on your topic. Um, I do one-on-ones after you've gone live for a few weeks so we can look at your analytics. We're a data-driven agency, so I want you guys to have data and information and know how to look at your data and analytics so that you can grow. Um, and so ultimately, it's your live stream. You decide what you're going to do. I just share and give information. This has been a great community of supporters. People will answer questions, they share information. You saw Dr. Trish came up in the panel. She shared information about her flyer approach. And so there's a lot of that that's going on. So just know that there's a lot of people who understand this journey and this process, and they'll come in and support. But ultimately, your live is your live. You should be focused on building your own community. You should be focused on growing based on your topic, based on what you're sharing, so that people who are specifically wanting to learn and grow from you will do it and will be back. So that's the whole point. I came in to let you know that I'm going live at 5 p.m. Eastern in case you want to come too. Okay, well, let me ping you. So let's see, 5 p.m. Eastern. Here's the problem. I am in 5 p.m. Eastern, Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins I've been posting about this and I shared it in the group chats. She is a life coach. She's an influencer slash life coach. She's doing a special session today on TikTok at 5 p.m. Eastern that a lot of people are going, I'm going to, and a lot of people are going to. So the session is based on setting your goals for 2026. We want to be intentional about how we set our goals. If you look right here, if you scroll, Mel is up there as one of the different events that are happening. TikTok has this event as a sponsored event with TikTok. So she's doing that, and I'm focused on 2026, y'all. I'm trying my best to look at this as an opportunity. Oh, actually, she isn't showing up for me no more. I don't see her. Oh, Mel, you gone. No, I don't see it. It went away. She was there yesterday, but I guess since it's today, she's gone. So, Elle, definitely keep going though, friend. I will be live. It will be live number 7. Look at you, friend. Keep going, Elle. Don't give up, friend. Just keep going. Now, I was gonna say if you could adjust your time, I would tell you to go to the Mel Robbins session too. But if 5 works for you, and again, it's based on your availability and time, definitely go live. Continue to go live. Connect with your community. So, and I do that here in this community. I tell people to come back, share when you're live. I do roll call. That's what I call it. And so I want to make sure that you guys are having visibility here where people can see what time you're going live and what day and times you're going live too. So you can always do that. Coach V, if you wanted to join, hey Rising Star, if you want to join, you can click my profile, and in my mini profile, click my photo again, and in there is my webpage for you to join the agency. I'm sneaking on TikTok at work. Have to go, have to bless. Oh, blessed weekend. Hope to work with you in the future. You're welcome, friend. Hey, Notes and Music. How are you, friend? You are so welcome. This is the official agency page too. So you'll see where it is connected in my bio. I'm just going to say hi in the chat. Let me see. Let me attend the live. I'm going to say hello in the chat. What time does she start? 5 p.m. Eastern. Same time as your live. 5 p.m. Eastern. So this is the official agency page. If you guys want to follow this page, sometimes I'll have to message you, and I'll message you from this page. Thank you so much, Miss K Latte. Sometimes I'll message you from this page. I'll probably message you directly, Coach V. So once, if you apply to join, once you join, you have to accept. I'll send the information. You have to accept the invite that I send, and then once you accept it, I can add you. I'll be right back. Okay. Once you accept it, I will also send you my webpage for you to share your contact information, and then that way you'll end up in my database. and I can, and you'll get an email confirmation where you can um, join my school platform. Okay, so that's how I do that. So it's a couple steps, but it's really to make sure everybody gets the right information. The people who are officially in the agency get it. Okay, send it. Okay, well at this point you gotta accept. You gotta apply. I'm sorry, you gotta apply by going to my profile or going to my agency's page profile. Either one is the same page, and then you click the link in the bio. Okay, I can do 4, and it won't take an hour. Okay, okay, okay. I normally go live at 4, so we go overlap regardless. We go overlap regardless today, but yeah, I go live. I'm probably gonna go live a little earlier because I'm gonna try to get an hour and a half in. So I'll probably go live as early as 3:30, and then I will. I'm a co-host with Mrs. Treetop, and L. If you want to come in as a co-host, maybe we'll do a 3-way. So we'll do it that way. Anybody else who wants to come in, I'm saying this to Miss Treetop. She don't know, but if anybody else needs to get a live in, we can probably do up to 4 people. So let's see if we want to do that today. Hello, hello. Thank you for the fest pops. I appreciate your friend. Thank you. I think I'm in the last couple minutes of the double blast too. Let me know. I'm in the last couple minutes of the double blast. So appreciate you all. Yes, I think I am. Hold on one second. I was gonna look. And then the double blast, it just ended. Okay, so I'm not in it no more. You say you was in it, friend. There we go. Thank you so much, friends. Okay, applied. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh my screen. I'll let you know right now if there's any. TikTok does have rules. So let me say this. So we're gonna see if you. First thing is you can't be with an agency. If it's one agency per person, it says you're not eligible. I don't know what the other reason is. It doesn't give me a reason. You're not eligible. Did you make too much? Maybe you made too much. Message me, Coach V. Yeah, it says your account's not eligible. You might have made too much. I have to find out what's the other reason. It doesn't say the reason why though. Sometimes it'll say like geographical reasons. It'll say multi-account risk, but this one it just says other reason, but it doesn't give a reason. So I'm gonna have to ask my point of contact on your behalf. Only thing I can think of, if you, so the reasons why you wouldn't be eligible is that you have made too much money, over the last few months, over the last 5 months. So maybe $5,000 over the last 5 months, and TikTok's like you made too much. You're not a rookie anymore. So it could be that the system needs to clear you if you just got off of being in the cool down period. Maybe it needs to kind of recycle you out and make sure you're available. And so maybe that's the other reason. So that could be it. So we probably have to wait a little bit longer. But I'll ask her and see if there's something in particular she sees for your account. But it says other reason right now. It is probably, yeah, I made over that. Gotcha. So it could be the amount. Yeah. So what this program, what our agency is for rookies. It's for, they call it the rookie, you're hitting rookie milestones. So as you're growing and building on the app, it's teaching you how to make money, but obviously you make money from doing this. But if you made a lot and you were really successful, TikTok says, well, wait a minute, you've earned too much. You don't need this program. You know how to do it on your own. And so part of that's it. I'll ask her if it's the amount or if it's the fact that you just are still coming out of the shadows. So maybe it's a little like, maybe we need to wait a couple weeks and you'll be officially eligible, the beginning of the year. When we do go to resign, will it let us? With me? I think so. I think it's just reapplying. So you should be fine. Oh, got it. No hard feelings. No, no, I'm not. I'm sad. But we'll see. We'll figure out what we can do. Yes. I would assume it'll be a renewal process, so you should be fine because I'm renewing the application. But that's a great question. I'll ask. Obviously, I haven't had anyone renew yet, so we haven't gone through a full year. So I'll see, even if we're over the amount. I think we should be fine. But let me ask that question. I'll ask that question. She meets weekly, so I'll meet with her next week and ask that question. As people prepare to resign, what does that look like for people who have earned a lot? Because obviously there are some people in the agency that have earned quite a bit, so we'll see what that looks like, for resigning. Yeah. So glad I found you on my FIP. Oh, you're so sweet. Appreciate it, friend. Thank you for that. Yeah, so we are a learn room. We are learning, growing, and building. So we try not to operate in fear. You're still my number one mentor in here. I love that. I miss you, friend. I totally miss you. So thank you for that. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, friend. We doing it. We are doing it. In 2026, we got a lot of great things ahead of us, friend. It is going to be our year. LYIA family. I love it. This is our year. So we are preparing. We are getting ahead of it. We know what we want. This is something we've been doing and we have done it successfully. We will continue to be successful. So I'm just so proud of the growth that's happened with everybody. That's the beauty of this. Everyone is growing. Okay? So it's a good time. There's a lot of great things happening. So we're gonna continue to grow. So Coach V, I'm gonna definitely submit to her your information on a screenshot to let her know that what's the other reason. See what it is. I'm thinking it's the cool down. I think it would have said if you weren't eligible monetization wise, but we'll see. I think there's a different message that comes in for that. So other reason, I think it's the cool down period. That's my thoughts. Like you haven't been released by TikTok in the system yet. Sometimes that takes a little bit of things to cycle out. I'll say this from my situation, it wasn't an instant, even though it said in the system, as far as the dates, and I was tracking it, it almost felt like it took another week or two before TikTok had cleared me because people started coming to my room and sending me the invites to join their agency because I wasn't part of an agency. I wasn't part of my own agency. So I started getting those invites and I was like, oh, I must be out there in the systems. So I'm thinking that's probably it. And maybe it's not released yet. Yeah, so, but I'll ask her and see if that's the other reason. Okay. But it seems like that would be it. Family, it takes time and we'll advance one day. Yes, we will. Yes, we will, friend. I love it. Thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you all who joined. Let me know. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Charlene, I think you just joined. Thank you for being here as well. Here's what I will do. I'm about to jump off. Let me know if there's any final questions. I'm going to jump off because I know I'm going to come back a little early and I'm going to try to make sure I'm able to participate in the Mel Robbins thing. Hey, Dr. Darrow, how are you, friend? You catching me when I'm about to leave, about to get off shortly. You know, I was on here a long time, y'all, yesterday. And I did 2.5 hours today. Okay, it's my nap time. See you later. All right, me too. Dr. Darrow, did you see my message from this morning? Hey, Coach Jesse, are you still in the room? Coach Jesse. Coach Jesse, I'm about to send you an invite. I'm about to go live. Okay. Stay with me, Dr. Darrow. Coach Jesse, I'm sending you an invite because I'm about to ask you a question about the Fab Lab. Coach Jesse, hey. I got a Fab Lab question. Dr. Darrow had a stylist in her room yesterday, and the stylist had a mannequin. Pretty Destiny.
Yes.
You did feel okay, cool. And Pretty Destiny, have you ever undressed Pretty Destiny on the camera? And what's the rules about that?
No, I never undressed her. I only use her to be my stand-in as I get ready on a sideline. And if I have done anything to her,
it would be like I either took a belt off, put a different belt on, or a different hat on, or something like that, but not fully undressed her. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So her stylist had the mannequin in the background, like you have your mannequin in the background. And in the mannequin she undressed and TikTok was like nudity. So that was a no-no. And so
Oh.
yeah, so I would say, have you seen other people? Because I know you've seen the fashion rooms before. Have you seen people
No,
undressed
well,
on screen?
actually, no. Wait, no.
Nika said, I'm sure you can't do
Because
that. She didn't
here's
undress.
the
Oh, she didn't
thing.
undress her? What did she? Oh, she didn't undress her? I thought she undressed her. Hmm. Dr. Darrell, what are you saying? You want to come up? No?
Because British, she actually did do that before, but I think it was quick. It wasn't like she was like in front of the mannequin, but she's undressed hers and changed a shirt to a different shirt. She's done that. I never undressed mine, but I've seen her do it, and I've seen somebody else do it.
Hmm.
She was just in the background as a prop. Like she didn't touch her. She was just
Was she
in the
dressed though?
background.
She did have clothes on though.
She was dressed. She did arms and shoulders were out. The dress was she was dressed, but her arms and shoulders were out. No head on the mannequin, just a mannequin, just in the background because her background was plain, so she had the mannequin in the back. Yeah. And I was like, "What are you talking about? Nobody undressed, nobody. Even my stylist, she just talked about stepping into your style and stuff. She
Oh.
didn't dress, she didn't show clothing items. She just spoke the whole time with the mannequin in the background. So I don't know. I appealed, but it didn't give me. It wasn't a space for me to say,
What happened?
"Hey,
Yeah.
yeah." I don't know why they don't allow you to at least give me 5 sentences to explain.
Right, right.
Well, I now that has never happened. And Pretty Destiny is in the background. She gets her own time.
She's named her mannequin just for the record.
Her name is Pretty Destiny. Yes, definitely love it. Thank you. She shows up in the camera and she's in the background the entire time. I do introduce her and move over and introduce her as my co-host. Yes, and she get her own spotlight when I'm switching stuff on the side. I will pin whatever she has on so that you see what she has on pin. Um, and then she, when I walk, when I do my fashion walk, I walk and I sometimes stand right next to her. And but she is a part of the show. She got her own stickers. Yes, Pretty Destiny has her own stickers. She has her own fan base. So yeah, I've never gotten anything, and she's actually part of the show. Like I don't, not just in the background. She is. She leaves her own camera by herself. Yes, I do. Yes, she has her own show. She has her own. She has her own thing. She's fully. Yeah. And she's dressed different things. Like summertime, she had on, she don't have no real arms, so I put stuff, where it looks summerish on her, and then yeah, but she's part of the show. I never got anything.
Well, I was going to ask you, well, okay, now, Dr. Darrell, now I'm thinking, was this a guest or a co host in your room? And then my other thing is, did you have a board on? Did you have anything on your screen that would have said the topic?
No, I just had, I was put on I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas. So last night I had 6 Day of Christmas on my board in the back.
Okay, so your content disclosure was on then. So I was just going to check.
So, and I brought her up like you just brought me up. I didn't even make her a co-host.
Oh.
I switched screens, and put me down in the box at the bottom, and she had the full screen.
Okay.
And she just spoke the whole time. We had a worksheet. She worked through the worksheet, and the mannequin didn't move. Praise the Lord. So, the mannequin was just in the background as a prop. And I mean, I got it like immediately. As soon as I brought her up, I was like, what are you talking about? And I'm thinking, oh, are they thinking the mannequin is getting, maybe because her shoulders and arms were out? No head on a mannequin. Just mine don't have a head either. She wear a hat sometimes, but she don't have a
actual head, but she wears the fedora hats. I put it on top of the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, you know, they got these bots probably, you know, scrolling through, I guess, whatever they do. But I'm just like, you should at least allow the person to say, you know. And I chose. They said nudity or something, and I chose the answer that said I don't have nudity. Whatever it was, they repeated that.
Nudity?
Yeah, that's what it gave me.
That's why I thought the
Yeah.
mannequin might have been undressed, and that's why they would have sent that one. But it don't. Yeah, it
And
doesn't
my
make
guest,
sense.
you know, my guest speaker was fully dressed, so I don't know.
Was how I seen somebody got nudity, but not from the mannequin. They got nudity because of their shirt that they were wearing.
Right. Yeah, TikTok
Yeah,
is pretty sensitive and particular about your attire. Like if you are in a tank top or you know, something that's
Like
a
they
little
have
bit
too much
skin.
girls out.
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yeah,
she did have on a. She had on a almost like a I want to say a spaghetti strap top, but she had a sweater on.
Mm.
But was the
It
top?
was V-neck. It was V-neck. So maybe it was her breast was showing a little bit or
So it's
something like
probably
that.
more her than the mannequin. You think maybe her attire?
Okay, that makes sense because the
Yeah.
girl that I seen got it. It was summertime. She actually did have the spaghetti strap on, but the front was looped a little bit too low.
Yeah,
And she got that exact thing. It said nudity.
yeah.
It was because the V was a little bit too V.
What is this? The 1920s?
I know. I know.
I don't know.
So did your appeal get approved or no?
You know what? I've been running around all day. This is my first time pulling up TikTok today because I'm like, let me get on here and I'm gonna do a live before my live tonight. And then I saw you were live, so I jumped on here. But I will check when I hang up before I go live. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that may have been it. It may have been her. I didn't even think it was her because I'm just like, she's dressed.
Right.
Yeah. I doubt if it's the mannequin. I've never gotten, and even with the mannequin, when I'm doing change or whatever, she's up there for a while, and I pin her outfit. Like literally, she is the one there that you looking at, and then I be talking about it, but but I still be on the side. Like I'm not actually in the camera with her. I'll be on the side changing. I've never gotten anything.
I mean, but it was still a regular shirt. Like it wasn't like she had her boob, like her boobs out. I'm just saying that because she had on a V-neck shirt. Even if I put on a V-neck shirt, you're gonna see the top of. And I don't wear low cut things, but I have a tattoo. So right there, but it wasn't indecent and. You know, if you got let me be quiet. If you got people that's grabbing people by stuff, don't come on here telling me about somebody with a shirt on.
Right. Yeah.
TikTok after dark is real bad. It's raunchy. Well, sometimes the daytime too.
Yeah. So if you're talking about that, then keep scrolling if you don't want to see it. Like, I mean, but it was a regular shirt. So I don't know. Well, I'm gonna let it go. I did appeal it. You know, I guess I'm in my feelings a little bit because I'm a person who follow the rules. So I'm like going through I'm reading the community stuff, and I'm always that type of person. Whatever the rules say, I follow it.
Yeah.
And I had to rack my brain, and I was like, until you guys just said it, I'm thinking, well, maybe it was a shirt. But I would have never said that her shirt was indecent, and I'm not the type of person that wear low cleavage stuff myself, and I would have never said that it was indecent. However, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it could have been. And so hopefully you get your appeal approved, and it's not an issue there.
Yeah. I think Miss Kelati said that she have her 18 and over on. If you're doing chat, if you're doing you were doing a Fab Lab, right? You weren't doing a TikTok shop.
It wasn't a shoppable live. No, this is about her regular live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt if it was the mannequin. I'll tell you that. I don't think it would be the mannequin because when I'm actually doing shop, she's on there. So
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't see that she would get. They will have an issue with you having her there. And I also, and the reason why I don't think it's the mannequin, even with the changing, because I watch other people do lives and they change clothes on their mannequin. They do right there. Like, and I've never seen anything happen, or even, they don't have it like straight up in the camera, but they actually do take what the mannequin have on and then quickly put something different on. And I've never heard of any, change, like any issues.
Yeah, the 18 years and older probably would have prevented that one. Now that I think about it.
And I probably did not put that on because my content is about mindset and feeling good about yourself. So it's for, it can be for anyone. So, but what I probably would do is just go ahead and start putting that on.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, because she even had on a sweater like what you have on, Dr. Lisa.
Yeah.
Like she had that on over top of her, her top. But her V-neck was still lower than what yours is. What you have on is probably about what I would wear. I normally don't have anything showing. But I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video, and then I can send her a picture and say, "Hey, it was you."
Like, girl, you can't wear this in my life. No.
But listen, the truth is, like, recently I could have gotten in big trouble too myself. So you gotta even be careful about people that you do bring up. Not that she was doing something wrong, but how you could get in trouble not because of you, but because of someone else and what's happening in their background, what's happening in their box. Because I know I recently did that last week. I accepted someone who I knew. And I knew the name, that's why I accepted her. But when I accepted her, she had two other friends, and it was like four of us. But what was going on in two of the other boxes, no one, I didn't understand. I was like, what's happening in those two boxes? It was very questionable, and and people in my comment were like, hang up because you don't want to get your live shut or get a V because of that. Wait, who was it? Oh, Miss Charlene, you was there. Yeah, and it was wild because all I did was accepted it because I knew the person, but I didn't know the other people.
Right.
And yeah, so that's we had to be. I was like, it was like abort mission. It was too much. It was really scary. I could have got my whole page. Honestly, I could have really gotten a V if you think about it.
That is great. So I guess I better do like a just some guidelines, like when you come on, something like that. But it would have something still would have had to happen, like it just happened to me,
Right.
for me to even think about it, because she is a professional stylist. Like she styles all the local celebrities in my, she's on the news all the time. Like she's a very respectable person. So I'm just thinking, but it may have been her shirt, which is a normal shirt, but hey, if they got their rules and I didn't have that 18 and older on, then I'll just start putting that on, even though my content it can be for anyone. But thank you. I'm just over here just like flabbergasted thinking, well, I'm gonna go back and watch it from beginning to end. Maybe somebody walked in the background, but they didn't because she was in a dressing room.
Oh.
And she was sitting down the entire time. She didn't get up not one time. And we talked, and she taught, about how do you pick your style. We had a worksheet. We were working through the worksheet. She never got up. She didn't change her clothes. She didn't show any clothes. So it was about mindset and how you dress. It wasn't even about showing clothes or anything.
Okay.
But now that you say that, it may have been her shirt.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Because it definitely can't be the mannequin.
The mannequin was minding her business in the back.
Yes, they do be minding their business. Maybe their pretty destiny can connect and have friends. They can do a live together.
Yes. Yeah. So okay. Well,
But
I will watch it's 1922 or something. Regular 31. But yeah, I'll watch it from now on. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're
Thank you for
welcome.
sharing your experience and stuff.
All right,
You're
thank you so
welcome. No
much.
problem.
All right,
All
thank you
right.
both. I'm gonna let you down.
Okay.
All right, I'm just grateful for Pretty Destiny is sober these days. Oh Lord, sober. She was drunk. Nikki, you a mess. You are a mess. What in the world? I don't know what's happening with that mannequin. She would fall out. She would fall out. Nikki, you a mess. You said the mannequin was falling over. She was Zen, we was talking about a situation where one of our family members here, she had a restriction that she got from TikTok regarding her mannequin. Zen, I should have asked you because you have a mannequin in the background too, but your mannequin's a little off camera. You've never gotten in trouble with your mannequin before. So Zen is a crocheter, and so I know she has a mannequin off to the side for her, um, but Dr. Darrell had a guest, and we were thinking maybe it was the attire of the guest, not the mannequin. We thought it was the mannequin, but maybe it was the guest. She leans at times, her mannequin. Her mannequin, yes. Oh, that's right. So Love Petals, do you have mannequins in the background too? I always heard her talking about Pretty Destiny, but I never knew she was who she was talking about. She's talking about a whole mannequin, y'all. The mannequin has a name. No, never. I do pull the mannequin in sometimes. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think it was seriously, I think Dr. Darrow might have been the attire of your guest. After all of that, I think it sounds like your guest might have been TikTok was a little too overzealous about her outfit, and that's what happened. It was probably your guest. That's what it seemed like. Yes, but I keep them dressed. Okay, you keep them dressed. Okay, yes. Yeah, definitely keep them dressed. It seems as if this Dr. Darrell's guest might have had on her shirt might have been a little um, inappropriate according to TikTok standards with the spaghetti straps, and maybe her V-neck was a little too low cut. So maybe that was it. I'm not sure to what extent, but I know TikTok is very particular about skin. I've heard people get in trouble with their content because maybe they were in a swimsuit. And again, that audience control, again, because it's a children's app, that audience control is key. So that would make the difference if you have audience control turned on, and that way you can kind of regulate um, who's able to see your live and the visibility of your live stream. Um, Hold on, Coach Jesse, you coming back up? They monitor your clothing too. They do. They do. You got to be appropriate in your live stream.
I just thought about this. So yesterday I was actually watching a video, a live, and it was on my a Fab Lab page, and she was showing like a show and tell on her phone. She was showing about how you can create an AI persona. And so she was about to walk us through how to create it, but she was showing us hers.
Okay.
But what she said was, "Oh, I wanted mine to be more like, I'm gonna just use the word like fancy, but like more like, exotic." And so she did show the thing to show that it looks like a real person. I was like, "Oh wow, they do." But she went to show like scroll some more, and the live was gone.
Oh, TikTok
Gone.
ended her live.
I don't know. It was gone. Like we were watching. It was about 50 people in there because I was like about to learn how to create an AI person too. And that's what she was teaching because she was showing us how it looks like a real person. And she wanted hers to be, she said you can make the AI persona whatever way you want. But she was showing the example of hers because she said she uses hers so that it could be more appealing and people just tapping in. and don't really care that it's a mannequin. But the view that she showed, because she was showing that, the way she showed it, it was pretty interesting. And like the mannequin did look like it was a lot going on, like
What you mean? It was
very,
very provocative? Is that the language?
yes,
Okay.
very provocative. Like the way I don't even know how she did it because she didn't get to finish teaching it. So, but what she said was very interesting because when she showed the first one, the first one wasn't bad.
Okay.
The first way she showed it because she showed the mannequin kind of like laying down and had like a real sexy pose, but she wasn't really looking like provocative at that moment.
Okay.
But the next two ones that she showed, it was like she showed the mannequin from behind, and the mannequin body from was moving around.
Oh, TikTok
Yes.
shut it down. Yeah, she got shut down.
So
She got shut
and I guess she went to go show us another one, and we started to see it. Then she was gone.
He says, not on these streets. No,
Yeah,
you won't,
she
ma'am.
was gone.
No,
She
ma'am.
was gone. I was like, oh my God, what happened?
So what do you mean? So she was in her live, so I'm showing myself here, but she was showing
Yes,
y'all
like
from a
that,
phone?
show and tell. But she had to show and tell close, like so
Oh.
that you can see how real that the mannequin looked like a person.
Oh.
She was saying, like, even like for people who are, she was trying to teach people who wants to be faceless
Oh.
and how they can use a mannequin, an AI,
An avatar.
persona.
Is that what you mean, like an
Yes.
avatar?
Yes.
Okay.
So like instead of them doing their lives, they can use this AI to do it, and and they're just behind the scene, but they're not. So, but I was like, oh, that's interesting because I'm like, I wonder how do you create that? So that's why I stopped to watch because that's what she was gonna be teaching. So I was leaning in like, okay, cool. And I never learned.
Mm-mm.
I didn't learn.
Nope, girlfriend got shut down. She got suspended on that one.
And it was
That wasn't no
quick.
restriction.
It was
That was a suspension.
it was like it came like she started to show that thing. I was like, oh wow, that do look like a real person. And that third one started to come up, and the bottom was like moving, and it said live ended.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, TikTok's like, no ma'am, you won't be doing that one. Not here.
Yeah, and it was very close to the camera, so that's another thing. Like she had her other phone really close so we could see, and we saw.
Wow.
Yeah, and now poor thing.
He said that poor thing.
I gotta go see if they let her back in because I kept looking last night. I didn't see her.
Wow.
She didn't come back. She didn't come back and nothing. And I checked a few times because I really wanted to learn it. Nope. Maybe she'll come back today. I don't know.
No, she's
was
suspended for at least a week. She got about a week for that one, 7 days. So
well,
check
then I
out
guess
next
I'll
week.
learn next week.
Right.
Know.
Check
Maybe
out
I'll
next
learn
week.
next week, but I never got to learn it. I was interested, but yeah. So that made me think of that. I forgot that was last night.
Then that's probably it was probably a suspension for a week where she in timeout for at least 7 days, probably for that one.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a warning. You know how we get the warning thing?
No, she got suspended for that one.
And people would say like, "Oh my God, I got it." She didn't get that.
Mm-mm.
We didn't even get it. It wasn't even that long in her live.
Mm-mm.
It must have been like maybe 30 minutes. She was talking. She was telling us to share the live out and get some more people in the room. Blah, blah, blah. So she hadn't even quite gotten into the teaching. She was just doing the show and tell to show us to see
The results of what it looked like.
how it looked like a real person.
Mm.
And it does, though. That's the crazy part. It really looks like, wait a minute, what? Like a cartoon, but person is very interesting. But I didn't get to learn about it, so.
All right, we'll check out in a week. See what happens.
Yeah, I'll check back in a week. I did keep her page, so check back in a week.
All right, fine.
Okay.
All right, take care.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, friends. Zen, hopefully your situation, you dropped that person down really quickly. She said somebody was rolling up in her room. So hopefully they when the randoms, I'm assuming that's what it was, because you do the crime stories and the battles, and so some random was not following TikTok guidelines. So hopefully you dropped them very fast. Listen, I ended that battle. Like, we ain't doing this. So yes, friend. All right. Well, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna come back at 3:30. I'm gonna try my best to come back closer to 3:30. I do want to attend the session by Mel Robbins about setting your goals for 2026. So I want to make sure I'm being intentional. I invite you all to do the same if you're available, or you can attend somebody who has a little bit more, um, knowledge and examples and stuff in terms of how to do it. So I just want to make sure you guys are being intentional about what do you want to have happen for your next year. So that's the goal. He says, you will not mess up my. Oh, you got 13 winning streak. Look at you. Congratulations! Look at you. I said you do the battling in your lives. You guys got to get to her live. It's pretty interesting. Her crochet approach. Zen, I popped in on. I've seen you on my screen, but I've seen you in person too in your live stream. Well, came to your live stream, and she has another interesting approach to how she shows. She does crocheting as well as crime stories. So it's pretty cool. And she does the commercial breaks where she'll do the battles in between. So pretty cool way of doing it. I love it. It was a great meeting. Have a wonderful day. You too, friend. Thank you so much, Dr. Dre. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so welcome, friend. I love it. When do you go live? Yes. Love Petals Crochet. She said, when do you go live? I'll check her out. Yeah. Um, what time is your live stream? I know you're evening. You're in the evening time. I want to say, is it on average 9 p.m. Eastern? I don't know what time zone you're in. Anybody else, real quick, if you want to drop in your time that you're going to go live. I know there's a few of us in the room. I said I'll be back around 3:30, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, you are on the West Coast. Oh, you're West Coast. Okay. So, or did you mean PM? You said PS. So I'm assuming you meant PST. And yes, I'm in Vegas. Oh, nice. I have a brother who lives in Vegas. That's cool. I'm going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and then your West Coast. So that is for us East Coast folks. She is live at 9 p.m. So I was right, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, great. I'll drop in. So yeah, she's 9 p.m. Eastern. But that's right, you're Cali. So Love Petals, you're Cali. So that's your time zone. 6 p.m. Pacific time. All right, friends. Thank you so much. And then Dr. Daryl, she's live. She's doing her 12 Days of Christmas. She's going live at 8 p.m. Eastern. I know there was some thank you all for connecting as well. You're welcome, friend. I know Deals, you said you're going live tonight. You're doing the Birthmas. I love that. The Birthmas countdown as well. Coach Jesse, you're doing 6 p.m. Central for your live stream. Anybody I'm missing? I might have missed some other folks. Put it in the chat for me if I missed you. And so I want to make sure people see each other. And if you guys can start connecting, definitely share your live in a group chat. Some people are in there. They'll share it out for you to the other group chats. I share it out too. And so just know that that's another way to get a little bit more visibility, especially people in the agency. And I tell you guys, always put like a little description or topic. That helps too. I may go at noon. Okay, noon is 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, noon because you're California. So noon is Pacific time. Yep, and then that's 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, friends, love it, love it, love it. 2 p.m. Eastern. Is that 2 p.m. Eastern? I don't know. Okay. Oh, Miss K Latte, you going live at 2 p.m. Eastern? All right. And yes, okay, 2 p.m. Eastern for Miss K Latte. Love it. What's your topic? And Love Petals, you're doing Love Petals does crocheting as well. Please add me back to the group chat. Please add me back to the group chat. You're not in the group chat. Are you in my school community too? Zen, I think I need you to complete my school community. I don't know if I added you. Did you go there yet? Let me check. Nope. Okay. Go to my school committee so I can invite you to tomorrow's meeting. So go today because I'm going to be sending out the Zoom registration tonight. I usually send that GOP journey and workout. Awesome. Awesome. I never received my email for the Sunday meetings. Did you fill out my form, my contact form, Love Petals? If you didn't fill out my form, you wouldn't have got it. Let me know if you filled it out. Not sure how to do that. Okay, do me a favor, both of you, so I can make sure I both have you. Email me, in TikTok, send me your emails, and I'm going to email you via email the link to join the community. Where do I get it from? You would have gotten it from my inbox from my agency account, but let's not go there. Just send me directly to me, send me your email address, and I'm going to email it directly to you. Okay? Because you got to copy paste it. So I'll email it directly to both of you. So send me your emails and I'll email directly the link to join my database. Okay? You have to fill out my form. Fill out the form, but that was just last week. I filled out the form. That was, okay, you'll do it right now. You filled out the form? Let me check real quick. If you filled out the form, I would have you. Let me check real quick. I don't know what y'all government names are. I'm looking at this trying to see if I can decipher. I was like, I don't know if this is either one of y'all. So I don't know if I have y'all in my system. Okay, I do have you. I do have you, Zen. Zen, you're good. That's you. That's you. Okay, I do have you. Okay, so you haven't gotten an email from me yet because I haven't sent anything. So you'll get an email today with the Zoom to join the meeting. So you'll get that. And then when you filled out my form, you got a confirmation to join my school community. So go back and look. Okay, perfect. So I have you in there. Okay, perfect. I thought I did too, but just message my email address. Okay, good. I'll look and see if I have it because there's like 3 names in here that I don't know who it is. So I was like, I don't know who these people are. Yeah, I don't know if I have you, but I'll check. Okay, I'll check. So I'll check. I don't have you in here then. No, I'm looking at my most recent people. Let me do a search. So no, I don't have you in my database. No, I don't have you in my database. So I will, so you sent me your email, so I'm going to send it to you. Okay. So I'll send it to you. And we'll go from there. So you can fill it out real quick, my contact form. And then Zen, you got a confirmation email with the school link. But what I'll do is I'll email you the school link so you can click it that way as well. Okay? So I'll do that right now for both of you. All right, my dear friends, I appreciate you both. Appreciate everybody in the room. Thank you so much for the watching, the tapping, the sharing, the liking, the comments, and the gifts. I appreciate all the support. And I will see you guys later. I'm going to try to come on earlier, maybe closer to 3:30. Sorry about that. Come closer to 3:30. And so I'll see you guys a little earlier. Okay? All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, friends. See you later. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys back at 3:30. Bye-bye.